selector.
What I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Oh, sorry, Alec Wilkinson, I took your line. Welcome to the Barcolana e-Sailing Cup. My name is Bjørn-Lüthi, and I'm going to guide you to maybe the most exciting semi-finals we had for a whole season. And I have one guy to help me out to tell more about that, because this is what I call the mini World Championship, what's going to happen tonight. Please welcome my co-host, Mr. Alec Wilkinson.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon. Oh, we've done all that. Hello, welcome to the Barcolana e-Sailing Cup. Welcome along to the wonderful city in northeast Italy, the wonderful city of Trieste, where the big, real regatta will happen this coming weekend. The Barcolana Regatta, the biggest in the world. And our e-sailing regatta is turning in, as Thomas just said, it's turning into a mini World Championship. We have got some stellar names competing in the semi-finals.
And Alec, this just show how big a brand Barcolana is. When Barcolana, second season of the e-sailing cup in the inshore game, can attract such big players as we're going to see today. And out of 20 players, 12 of them has either been at a World Championship or just qualified to a World Championship. So this is the level we're going to see tonight. Let's go in and see who some of the players are in the first semi-finals we're going to play.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay,
Still in
now,
studio.
from the beginning.
And Alec, see the names here dropping up, coming up to us. We have from Trieste in the top, Luka Koslovic, the young talent. He's 17, as I remember, this year, from Trieste itself.
Yeah, and you remember last year we were in Trieste for the final of this event. We were sitting right in the middle of the square that evening. It was a wonderful evening. Lots of people gathered round. Unfortunately, because of things happening around the world right now, we can't do that. But Luka joined us right at the end there, and the home fans loved that. You know, at the time he was 16 years old, and he pulled off some really great sailing in the finals.
And then second sailor, Asir. Welcome back to maybe the world's most poison player, best players in this game. It's a long time we've seen him. I'm really looking forward to see him race tonight. But third position, we have another Italian, Alec, and we know him quite well.
Ballista 71.
Yeah.
Oh, Filippo Lanfranchi. Our world champion. Twice he's made the World Championship finals. He came fifth 2 years ago. He won it last year. He is undoubtedly the top Italian e-sailor at the moment.
Yeah, and from France in fourth, we have Dudang, and then we have Vic Farley, a young laser sailor. He should have been in Poland at this moment to the European Championship in lasers, but because of the current situation in Britain and Europe, he was not allowed to travel there. Then we have Juan Cardona, Alec, the CLTP sailor.
Yeah, Juan Cardona of Spain. What can I say? A Finn sailor, a Sail GP sailor. So, you know, an America's Cup youth sailor as well. So, real experience on the water as well as off the water in e-sailing. And it'd be interesting to see how he does in the Barcolana boat, which we'll talk about in a moment.
Yeah, Hector Dominguez, registered sailor, top of the Spanish ranking list. So close of going to the World Championship. Then we have two brothers, C. Paparo and J. Paparo, coming in here in 8 and 9. And a young talent from Portugal, Chico P. Mello. They are the dark horses. They are those who have a chance. But Alec, let's get ready to go in game and see what we're going to experience, because the players are actually ready to play. The format is quite simple. You can see it here in Sail Ranks. It's also tapped in the headlines of all the social medias. It's 5 races back to back, 1 discard, and then a middle race with double points. And top 5 will go into the finals tomorrow. And the top 5 for semi-final 2, we'll see later, will go to the finals tomorrow. But I can say to you, this is the Battle of Giants in Barcolana.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, there we have it. We're getting ready to race number 1 in a few sec. The format is the classic up, down, up, down. It is a Barcolana 50 boat, special designed boat. What can you tell about that while we're joining the game?
Well, it's very similar to the J-class boat. There are a few small differences in as much as it's got a slightly bigger wind shadow. So you're looking at 30 to 32 meters wind shadow. And it's faster than the J boats. So we're expecting races of around 7 minutes each under current conditions. And we'll see how it works out. But as Thomas explained, we've got 5 races and then a medal race. And after the first 5 races will have the discards, and we'll see how it all pans out. And this is semi-final 1 about to start. Semi-final 2, we're expecting to get underway about an hour and a quarter from now.
Yeah. And I can say this is not for fun what we're going to experience tonight. This is the Battle of Giants. It's not for fun we're saying that, because when we're in front of us here have Hector Dominguez, Jan Cardona, Azir from France, Vic Farley, Chico P. Mello, Willis the 7-1 or Filippo Lanfranci Dudang, J. Paparo, C. Paparo and Luka Koslovic. It's not for fun they qualified. They are maybe some of the best sailors in e-sailing in the world. So what a game.
Now show me a couple of boats coming in from the other side of the start line. If we can see who they are, I wonder if one of them is Azir. This is a trick that they love to do, just coming across the line at the very last second and nipping in at the pin end of the line. It's a great e-sailing trick. Yeah. But most of the fleet now have taken their positions. 3 seconds to go to the start of our first Barcolana e-sailing cup semi-final, and it's a good start at the pin end from Lanfranchi of Italy, Joan Cardona just the other side of him, and a clean start by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's a good start for the defending world champion. Or we can't call him the defending world champion right now, because he was actually knocked out of the race by Cruiselator in the very last race of the qualification to the World Championship. But he is the world champion from 2019, and he's now in the lead. But he's in the middle together with Hector Dominguez. And then it's interesting to see what Azir is doing. See, he's going to the left-hand side. This magician, this young lad, I have to say, at this point at the moment, he might be the best in the world. But some conditions made that he was not playing the World Championship. So I'm very excited to see how he will perform against the rest of them. He's a Vice World Champion, 2019.
Yeah, nice to see him back in action on our screens. Chico P. Mello, currently sitting in 3rd place, flying the Portuguese flag. 4 Spanish boats, 2 Italians, 2 French, a Portuguese and a Briton in this race. So a real variety of nationalities, but all of them from Europe this time.
Yeah, all of them for Europe this time. But Europe is also the country with most talent players in virtual regatta inshore. We are starting to see some Japanese and some Americans coming in. While we are saying that, see Luka Koslovic crossing over towards Pressing, J. Paparo, and then we can see Luka, he might be in a good position to come first to that top mark, because he will come from starboard when they're entering the mark rounding zone. Jan Cardona just in front of him, Alec. What a race we have here.
So Luka Koslovic on that ley line, but look at them coming in from the right-hand side, and Dudang of France has maybe just got, someone going in on the inside there and picking up a penalty. Hector Dominguez Parejo, both Parejo brothers picking up penalties at the top mark.
Yeah, and that's leaving Dudang in the lead. He's going downwind, and I know he's very happy about being in the lead in this race, because he is the outsider. He is the dark horse. If he can go in and do something great, then it will be impressive. But under pressure by Willis the 7-1 and Chico P. Mello, Jan Cardona on opposite side. And see that wind shadow, Alec? The wide area, how big it is, slowing down the boats in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying the wind shadow, was bigger than the Jade class, and you can see that it is really quite wide on this Barcolana boat, as we already reach the bottom mark with Dudang rounding on that right-hand side. Joan Cardona comes around with a green sail, and now we're going to get an idea as they head upwind of who is leading and the distances between the leading bunch. Yeah. So Dudang still out in front, but only just doing 6 knots. Filippo Lanfranchi also matching him for speed, and they are really bow to bow. Chico P. Mello of Portugal currently sitting 3rd.
Yeah.
So really close between the top 3, but they're beginning to break away from the rest of the fleet.
Jan Cardona crossing in, Filippo Lanfranchi pressing Dudang, pushing him in front of Chico P. Mello. This is just how close it is. And in the end, we can see the young magician, Luka Koslovic, the young Harry Potter of e-sailing, in trouble. He didn't bring in his magic wand in this race, number 1. But luckily for him, there will be one discard in this race. Chico third, Filippo second, Dudang in the lead. That's impressive. Bjørn Cardona fourth, Vic Farley fifth. Remember, they're only battling to be in top 5. Azir with a penalty. Normally we don't see him there. Is this just showing the strength of this race, Alec? Wow.
Yeah, Spinnaker's out and they accelerate down towards the finish line now, and it's going to be tough to catch Dudang. But in the J class in e-sailing, we often see the lead change on the final downwind leg. But right now, there's a 30-odd meter advantage for the Frenchman at the front. And I think we've got our top 3 here. There's no catching them. Lanfranchi in second and Chico Pimello in third. And then it's a long way back to Cardona and the rest. Let's watch them come into the finish line. And Lanfranchi still trying to catch Dudang. Going out to Dudang right down the centre of the course. A battle for second and third going on. A penalty for Chico Pimello. Some great little tactics there from the Italian.
Yeah.
And that should give him the second place.
And maybe Chico is afraid of losing that third C. Bjørn Cardona coming with speed. Luckily for him, Vic Farley is pressing Bjørn Cardona. They're battling for all points. Penalty to Bjørn Cardona. Chico third. Vic Farley takes fourth. In the battle against Bjørn Cardona. What a finish. As I said, this is the Giants battling it out tonight in race number 1.
It was wrestling, it wasn't sailing by third and fourth place. Vic Farley and Joan Cardona. Great stuff from them. But congratulations to Dudang, our Frenchman, who finishes first. Lanfranchi in second from Italy, and Chico Pimello in third. So already the Italian fans in Trieste have an Italian podium finish with Lanfranchi, I should say.
But the local talent in 9th and Azir in 10th. This just show how strong this race is, because both of them second place World Championship 2019 and third place World Championship 2019. Luca with the best start, Filippo with the best average speed, most penalties to Hector Dominguez. Vic Farley did a lot of aggressive jibes downwind to pressure himself into position 4th, and he just won on the finish line in front of Bjørn Cardona. So what a start we had of this first semi-final.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Alec Wilkinson, this is not for fun. This is a battle of those we have waiting for a whole year. It's worthy a world championship. Wow.
I mean, we've seen these guys sailing right throughout the year in different competitions, but I don't think we've managed, even with the Sail GP competition, I don't think we've seen quite as much quality of e-sailers in a semi-final, and eventually tomorrow we'll see them in the final as well. So yeah, I mean, for Luka Koslovic, the young Triestino, to finish in 10th place, to finish last, shows you just how good this field is.
Yeah, but he's not out of the race yet. He's not out of the race. The players are joining in now, and they have one discard. But starting with maximum points in discard means that you need to perform. But remember, they only need to be in top 5 to go into the final. So it's all about being in top 5, but it's not for fun. That top 5 will be, in my opinion, it will be 1 or 2 points in between 5th and 6th position when we're ending up there. Alec, the players are ready. Let's go into race number 2.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Race number 2, Alec. The players are getting ready. Interesting if they're changing tactics. I have to say, we might see a whole switch of position in this race. maybe the last boats will come in first, because that's the level we're seeing here. But what an impressive start by this yellow boat from France with the peace sign yin and yang on. Dudang.
Yeah, Dudang, our winner of race 1. Was it luck? Or can he prove that he's as good as the rest? Will he be consistent? That remains to be seen. We shall get a much better idea after this race. And as you've said, there is a discard. So no dramas for those who didn't do as well as they would expect. So here we go then. 45 seconds to go to the start. Yeah. And I'm just trying to get a feel for where everyone is. Whose boat is that? That
was a Sear we had out there, yeah. But rest of the fleet is here in the start. So interesting what he's finding out. It didn't work in the first race. It didn't work at all. But right now it looks like the pin end is open to do it. So let's see if he times it well.
Yeah, it's this trick where they come from the other side of the start line and then just make it across and back again on 0, which is perfectly okay in e-sailing. So already picking up a few penalties, these guys, but they're away for race 2 of the first semi-final, with Joan Cardona leading the way ahead of C. Parejo of Spain. So at the moment, a really good start for our Spanish sailors.
Yeah, and a very bad start for one of the Spanish sailors, J. Parejo. He actually went upwind in that battle, losing momentum. See, he's already 28 meters behind Joan Cardona, but we have a split. Penalty opposite side. It's the pink boat. We can't see who it is, but when we are watching the group here, it might be Luka. No, it's not Luka Koslovic. He's in third with Hector Dominguez in second. So, as I said, it's going to switch positions all the time in this battle tonight.
Yeah, but at the moment, our professional sailor from Spain, Joan Cardona, has the advantage.
Pressure! But Hector Dominguez is also a registered sailor, and he knows something about sailing. And I need to find out more about him, because we're seeing him more and more on the international scene at the moment.
Let's watch this cross as Dominguez and Cardona come in.
See Papara, yeah, it's interesting call. 2 boats went to the right-hand side, Alec. The world champion 2019, Willis the 7-1, and I can't remember who the pink boat is. Maybe the chat can remember who the last player is. But they're coming in a favorite side at the moment, in front of the other boats. So the boats here on the left-hand side are pressured. See those battles between the 2 Spaniards crossing each other all the time.
And coming up to this, it's so close, isn't it? There's so much traffic. They are so close together coming into this first mark. We're going to see penalties. It's inevitable. And sometimes, in order to get round the shortest and quickest way, they're happy to pick up a penalty in the early stages of a race. But it looks like Filippo Lanfranchi is, he ducks down behind the pink boat to round in second. And then comes Azer. So a good position for him. Chico Pimelo. And there you go. Only 1 penalty so far at this top mark for Joan Cardona of Spain.
So 3 Spanish players behind at the moment. It looks like 1 Italian, 1 French, and I can't remember who the pink boat is. We will find out soon.
I'm trying to work it out.
It's Ramon. It's people are writing. No, it's Farley. It's Vic Farley from Britain. That's right.
It is.
It's the British laser sailor in the lead at the moment. Filippo in second. Azer coming in, pressuring him. It is battle of battles, Alec. I love to see races like this.
And it's really exciting as the Britain now heads upwind for the second time. Yeah. And he's now trying to grow that lead of Filippo Lanfranchi and Azer.
Yeah, and a small battle in between Filippo Lanfranchi and Azer. It almost looked like the World Championship 2019. Azer getting a penalty in the mark rounding for sailing into Filippo. So Filippo just managed to slow down his boat and make Azer sail into him, that giving a penalty to Azer. Great stuff this race, but it is the British sailor in the lead. Vic Farley, Arthur Farley, Laser Sailor in the lead. Will he take a victory? Second place, side by side, Filippo Lanfranci and Chico P. Mello. But 20 meters in between the top. It's amazing what's happening here.
So here we go. They're converging now just on this top mark for the final time. And Farley has the advantage. He is out in the lead and is clear. But look at the traffic. There's a penalty for Dudang as he comes into the top mark. But right now it's Lanfranchi in second, Chico P. Mello. So a battle, the same battle as we had in race number 1 for second and third. The same sailors. Luka Kozlovic doing much better this time, up in 4th place. But it's so close, isn't it? From 4th all the way down to 7th and 8th.
Yeah, and Chico P. Mello made the biggest mistake he can do in that mark rounding, hitting the mark. And now he's in a position where he's getting penalty, penalty, and penalty. Jon Cardona killing the Portuguese. He's dropping to 7. But see, true battles. A battle for the victory. Vic Farley against Filippo Lanfranci. And then we have a battle between two youngsters. They battle for second and third at the World Championship last year. Who will win this battle? Luka Kozlovic and Asir.
Yeah, so the Briton Vic Farley out in front, heading on the ley line all the way to the finish line. Lanfranchi's going to be second. And then the battle between the 17-year-old and the 20-year-old for third place. And we'll see how that works out. But is this Lanfranchi going to come in? I don't think so. No. But it's really close between these two boats in the end. And in the end, it is the Briton Vic Farley who takes the victory in race number 2. So
but see this battle, Alec. Side by side, Asir takes it in front of Luka, just on the finish line. What a ending. Then Dudang coming from 7 to 6. Wow, they really mean business, these guys. This is not for fun what we experience here in race number 2. Vic Farley with a victory. Willis is 7-1 in second. Asir in third. Luka Kozlovic in fourth. C. Paparo in fifth. Dudang 6. J. Paparo 7. Hector Dominguez. Jon Cardona. Chico P. Mello ending up in the 3 last positions. Luckily for them, there will be a discard. But Alec, this just shows how exciting we're going to have all night. I can have to say, I'm going to have it like this, that I can't keep my breath, and I'm going to shout a lot because this is one of the most exciting semifinals we ever will experience. 2 races in a row. Jon Cardona with the best start, Asir best maximum speed, Asir doing 16 jibes, and in this case it's aggressive jibes. And we can see also here he's winning 2 positions downwind, coming from 5th going to 3rd. Luka, he's actually losing that battle to Asir. Dudang, a great downwind action coming from 8 to 6. That's putting him into a good position. And now we can see how costly that penalty hitting the mark in the mark rounding in the top for Chico P. Mello. He was in 3rd, made an unforced penalty to himself, and then the battle of killing him came in. So he dropped down and ending up last. It was like seeing pink wings being hunted by orcas.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Oh, Alec, I also want you in studio 2 sec, then we will have you in.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
I'm still laughing at that. Pink what? Hunted by orcas?
Yeah, penguins hunted by orcas. And that's actually how it looks like. The young Chico P. Mello was killed by the routine players. He got a penalty. He got too close to the orcas. And then they're just starting eating him up one by one and dropped to last position. That's how it's happening.
Yeah, it's quite a gentlemanly sport, but you know there are guys out there who know how to kill when they're given the opportunity and when they have to do it.
Yeah, that's how it is. And Alec, before we're going into see the overall score, let's take race number 3. Because right now we can say, wow, they're jumping up and down, but there will be a discard after 5 races, so we won't go in and see the overall score yet. But I know the players are getting ready for race number 3 already, because they are all on the move. And I can say to you, the Paparo brothers, they wrote just before we started, please wait, we are a little bit nervous, we need to go to the toilet. And that's a typical reaction when you're really exciting and something great is going to happen. But this is also a great semi-final coming up.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
That's a very wise thing to do. Always go to the loo before you go before you start racing.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as just doing it over the back of the boat like in real life, you know. So, a minute and 20 seconds now to the third race of this semi-final. And after this, we will be halfway through the first semi-final. We're bringing you 2 semi-finals live tonight. If you've just joined us, the format is 5 races from which you can have a discard and then a medal race for each of the 2 semi-finals. And we really do have a stellar lineup in both semi-finals. And if you think this one's impressive, wait till you see the 10 e-sailors competing in the next semi-final, which should be in about half an hour, 40 minutes from now.
Half an hour, 40 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 40 seconds to go, and Zare doing his stuff out there on that far side. It hasn't worked for him yet, but we'll see. Yeah. Chico Pimelo, Azaire, Vic Farley, Joan Cardona, Jay Parejo, Hector Dominguez, which of them will come out in front? And we saw Luka Koslovic had a terrible first race, finished 4th in the second. So he's working his way up the leaderboard as well. But right now, let's see how they line up for the start with 10 seconds to go. They slow the boats right down and then accelerate away. And I think that is, I was going to say, the green sail of Joan Cardona picking up a penalty early on, got that completely wrong. Yeah. So a few penalties there at the start for the Spanish skippers, but Hector Dominguez, closest to us, is well away.
Yeah, and I have to say to you, if some of you are confused that Kahneman's Luca is in position 11, it's because Kahn, he actually managed to sneak in a spectator mode because he's in our studio also. He's not racing, he's going to race the next race where he's going to battle other giants. But Hector Dominguez in the lead this time, followed by C. Paparo. And Azir in third, Azir with a good start, a good average start, he's in the middle. But can he keep it all the way? He's been having troubles in battling this boat.
So Azaire choosing the middle of the course there. But Chico Pimelo, closest to us, choosing the right-hand side. And let's just get an aerial view. If I'm looking now at the radar in the top left corner, and you can see why Chico Pimelo would be coming out this way. There's a lot of dark shadow, i.e. stronger winds, this right-hand side. But right now, he's just staying to the left of the ley line, heading upwind for the first time in this race. Dudang is the yellow sail next to him. Yeah. But as we've seen so far in the first 2 races, those going up the left side have then reached the upwind mark first. Have things changed this time around? Here's Joan Cardona just coming into the screen after a terrible start, trying to make up, and he has done well. He's made up a lot of ground on the fleet and is now really back in the mix.
Yeah, and Vic Farley actually doing a great upwind leg, tacking in front of C. Paparo, but he needs to take care. There are 2 rules in this mark rounding. One rule, if you're coming from port side, going into the mark rounding zone, it's the boat on the inside that's the right of way. Or if you're coming from starboard entering the mark rounding zone, then you have the right of way. And let's see what happens here.
Vic Farley is through in the lead, and penalty for Parejo with the white sail there. Azaire in third, and Dudang gets 4th, and another penalty for Joan Cardona. He's all over the place this race.
Yeah, it has not been Jorn's race, but it's not his favorite boat. But he said in the qualification to the World Championship, he just qualified for it, that the J boat and the F50 his favorite boat. So this boat should also be one of his favorite boats. But it has a bigger wind shadow and it's slightly faster in the speed up when it's rounding a mark. Vic Farley in the lead, Azir in second. C. Paparo in third, Dudang in fourth. Impressive race. Dudang back in top 5 if he's performing like this.
Impressive because we haven't seen the sort of the split in the fleet that we've seen in the previous 2 races, i.e. We saw the first 3 or 4 really break away from the rest of the fleet in the first races. But here, everything is really still very close, just 40 meters separating the top 5.
And massive
Did
penalties.
you see that, though? Another penalty for Joan Cardona.
Yeah, massive penalties in the mark rounding, Alec. They are so close that even Willis the 7-1 Filippo got a penalty, and the 3 Spanish all at the same mark rounding. But that's leaving C. Paparo in third, Vic Farley in first, and Asir in second. But see here, it looks like one of the Paparos, and C. Paparo is doing a better job than the leader at the moment. Chico coming in fourth.
C. Parejo coming in third. Chico Pimelo, he's always there or thereabouts, isn't he, the Portuguese sailor? Yeah. But Vic Farley has it once again and heads off downwind for the final time and in the lead once again, just like in the previous races. There in second. But, 30 meters, we could see the Frenchman close that gap.
Yeah. And let's see here, it's going to be a battle. It looks like Vic Farley is sneaking away, actually. And then we'll have a battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth, because Asir will be under pressure by C. Paparo, but he needs to take care of not getting caught by Chico P. Mello. So, and Dudang also close, and J. Paparo, the brother to C. Paparo, has a chance to come in and do something. But it looks like the British is taking another victory. That might cheer you up a little bit, Alec. You're both on the Italian side and the British side in this game, where I don't see a Dane in this race. Sadly not. So
no Vikings in this race. But when you've got 2 nationalities, you've always got double chance, haven't you? So Vic Farley, and I have to say the Italians not doing particularly well in this race. Luca Koslovic and Lanfranchi 7th and 8th right now, but it's a second victory for the Briton, Vic Farley. Congratulations to him. Azer is going to take second and still really close for third. The battle for third has always proved very exciting in this semi-final. And the battle is, well, according to this, is that Luka Koslovic coming in? No, Dudang and Parejo fighting it out for third place.
Yeah, and Parejo, Chico, Dudang, J. Parejo, penalty, Luca, and losing this race, Bjørn Cardona. And let's just see the confirmation. Vic Farley, another victory. Asir in second. C. Paparo in third. Chico P. Mello fourth. Dudang fifth. J. Paparo sixth. Luka Koslovic 7. Willis the 7-1-8. Hector Dominguez 9. Bjørn Cardona 10th. Wow, but also see this impressive number of time. The winner, when we say the winner, he won this race. Asir coming 7 seconds in after him. But see, third, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 within 5 seconds of each other. Less than 1 second in between each boat coming over the finish line. Hector Dominguez had the best start. Bjørn Cardona, 4 penalties in this race, and that's why he dropped. We can see it here, dropped to last. He started third, got a penalty, dropped to 6, got a penalty, dropped to 7, 1 back to 6, got a penalty, dropped to last, 10 position, battling himself back, got a penalty, dropped to 10. So that was not Bjørn Cardona's race, but rest of it, it looks like there was no big battles, but it's because those penalties really had a really good position in this race.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, whoosh, I'm getting almost thirsty and losing my voice because this is one of the most interesting and high-level races we have seen for a long time in a semi-final of Virtual Regatta inshore.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. And I was looking at my scores that I've scribbled down as we've been going along. And, Yeah, I mean, Vic Farley's looking in a really good position now with his 2 victories. Joan Cardona, on the other hand, looking in trouble. But we've still got a discard, of course, after the 5th race. So,
But let's
2
go in.
more races to go.
Let's go in and have an overview. First of you, to all of you just joining in, here is the format, what they're battling for. A prize pool of 1,750 euros.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And as the jingle says, let's rewind and see what happened in this race. Vic Farley in the lead, Alec, with 6 points, a 4th and 2 victories. Amazing race by the young British.
Yeah, really, really good position when you think, well, effectively he's got 2 points, hasn't he? Because that's what it'll discard after the 5th race. So we'll see if he's consistent. And you would expect to see him in the top 5, wouldn't you? With 3 results like that. But still a long way to go. We're only halfway through this semi-final.
But it looks great for Vic Farley. It looks great for Filippo. He has 2, 2 and 8. And remember, they have a discard. So he actually, right now, you only have 4 points. Asir, you only have 5 points. Chico Pimelo only have 7 points. So it's Luka Koslovic, it's Jon Cardona, it's Hector Dominguez, it's J. Paparo, it's C. Paparo. They are in trouble. Rest of the boats are actually having a good score at the moment because of the discard. But everything can happen in this fantastic race.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, when we're saying fantastic race, the skippers are getting ready for race number 4 now. And I know we are not allowed to do the commentator's curse, but what a level we just have here. Who are the players most in trouble at the moment when we are watching it from our side?
Well, you got to say it's Jon Cardona. Because we haven't seen him fight back. He can be a little bit inconsistent, but if I've got it right, it's 2 9th places and a 10th place. That doesn't leave him much room, even with his discard, does it? Yeah. So he's definitely in trouble. Hector Dominguez, 2 8ths and a 9th place. Not looking good for the Spaniard. But Luka Koslovic, a couple of 4ths and a 7th. So, you know, he can pull it back. But wow, Victor Farley. What a set of results for him.
Vic Farley, his actually real name is Arthur. But let's go in. They are ready now in the game.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And there we have boats. Race number 4, 40 seconds left. And see, they're already battling for positions, Alec. And the only one sneaking away is again Asir with the downwind start and Dudang. The 2 French guys don't want to get in a battle from the start in a race like this.
No, they don't. 4 Spanish, but only 2 French in this semi-final. And Azair doing his usual stuff on that pin end, just keeping out of trouble. But it looks like they all want to stay on this right-hand side. That's where they think the breeze will be.
Oh, Jon Cardona had trouble. He needs to sneak away for not getting a penalty at the committee boat. See, hitting the committee boat. Oh,
squeezed out Jon Cardona. He had to go around and try again. But you know what? In the end, he may have just saved that start. He did very well to recover. Dudang right next to him on his left-hand side, but it's Azair closest to us who's away the best. Chico Pimello in second, Luka Koslovic in third. All so close, though, in these early stages. And again, looking at the radar, I think it's the right-hand side that's looking best.
Yeah, right now it looks like there's a medium wind all over the place, but it looks like we have a small wind shift from right-hand side. It's getting lighter in the right-hand side, Alec. See, the color is changing into light color. And to those of you who haven't seen inshore races before, the way we can see where the wind pressure, there it goes. It's a hot breeze here in the right-hand side by Bjørn Cardona. He's also in second now because the wind just shifted in his favor. So a dark color in the water and on the radar is the wind breeze. Light color, light wind.
Well, meanwhile, they were the majority of the fleet were on a tack out to the left-hand side, just as the breeze came in on this right-hand side. And look, Bjørn Cardona's going right out beyond the ley line to pick up that breeze. And I think we're going to see him take advantage and speed off towards that top mark. We'll see where he comes out. We'll see if it pays off. But the middle of the fleet are looking in a good position too.
Yeah, it's a battle when Luka Koslovic is going to tack towards the mark. Azir will be in trouble. Those two are side by side. See here now he's tacking in. So that's a direct attack on Azir. But Azir, he's so good at this here. Let's see. Going behind him. So great maneuvering, but it's not over yet. But the leader, Vic Farley, in eighth, Alec. Now everything is changing all the time. Bjørn Cardona in the lead. Azir will take third, and Luka Koslovic will take second.
Yeah, well done to Cardona. He had a terrible start, didn't he? He recovered it very well after being squeezed out in the traffic and did well. He decided to pull out, didn't he, rather than pick up a penalty. Yeah. And it's paid off up this right-hand side. So Bjørn Cardona heads downwind for the first time. He accelerates away. It'll be interesting to see his lead currently 60 meters from second place, Luka Koslovic. We'll see what it is at that bottom mark in a moment. Azir in third, Hector Dominguez in fourth, Vic Farley slipping down to sixth with Chico Pimello moving ahead of the Briton into fifth place.
But also see who's in trouble. We just spoke about how good he's doing in this race. He's in last position. The world champion 2019, Willis the 7-1. And in the lead, we have one of the new qualified to the world championship, Bjørn Cardona, sneaking away. What a gap he has. Luka Koslovic second, Azir following him, Hector Dominguez, Chico Pimello, Vic Farley. And there we see Ding Dong, no, sorry, not Ding Dong, Dudang. It's because we have been calling him Ding Dong in the community for a long time, but he's actually called Dudang.
I love the story where you've been calling him Ding Dong for I don't know how long, and he called you up yesterday and said, "Mate, my name is Dudang. I'm French."
So that's cool. That's very cool. We love when the players are calling me to learn me some of their names, because all these crazy nicknames they have for their boats, sometimes it's getting quite funny. Azir dropping down, Luka in second, but see who is going to win this race if he's not disconnecting. Bjørn Cardona. What an amazing race.
Well, let's not talk about disconnecting. That is the commentator's curse. Let's just watch and enjoy this race by the Spaniard. He hasn't really managed to put any more distance. He hasn't managed to increase his lead off Luka Koslovic since taking the lead at that top mark for the first time. So Koslovic and Azir once again battling it out, but this time they're fighting for second and third.
And while we told the story about one of my favorite French guys because of his name, he dropped down with double penalty, so he's currently in 10th. But Bjørn Cardona winning it. But see the battle. Three boats battling it out. Luka Koslovic, Azir. Those two has been battling out all night, Alec. Following each other. And Hector Dominguez in fourth. Amazing what's going to happen here. But it's Azir in trouble at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Koslovic, a 30-meter advantage on Azir. You'd expect the young Italian to take that second place. What about fourth with this blue sail? That's Hector Dominguez. Yeah. Hector Dominguez, who's got 2 8ths and a 9th place. So this is the Spaniard's best position so far, as Bjørn Cardona wins race number 4, and Luka Koslovic crosses the line in second, and suddenly Hector Dominguez, a little cross there that I thought could have put Azair into trouble, but no, Azair takes third, and Hector Dominguez takes fourth.
Chico coming in, Jay Paparo, Vic Farley dropping down to an 8. 7, C. Paparo coming in, but it is so close that the world champion 2019, Willis is 7-1, getting 10th, but he's getting 9. There's the confirmation. Victory to Jon Cardona, second to Luka Koslovic, third to Azair, fourth to Hector Dominguez, fifth to Chico P. Mello, J. Paparo 6, Vic Farley 7, C. Paparo in 8, Willis the 7-1, Filippo, my friend, in 9th, and Dudang in 10th at the moment. Wow, good start for the Paparos. Then Cardona with the best average speed. Penalties, 1 penalty actually only in this race, going to Filippo. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing there, Jean Cardona, I mean, that best speed, average speed, and shortest distance sail. That's what you got to do. And that's why he got in front and managed to dominate, all thanks to going up that right-hand side.
Yeah, and when we watch this one, actually a good start for Filippo, but then he dropped down with a penalty from the start. The C. Paparo, he actually managed to battling himself back in a downwind action. So again, we see a boat here where the first upwind is very important, and then the downwind action is where you're going to win or lose. But what a fantastic victory for Jon Cardona.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
I can say to you, Alec, the chat is going wild because of my pronunciation here from Denmark. It's Pareo. They're right. Paparo. They are all different language. Some of them from USA are saying Paparo. Some of them from Portugal is saying Paparo. Those from Spain are saying Paparo. But it's okay.
He's Spanish, isn't he? So
He is Spanish.
Parejo.
Yeah. So, Alec, we will go in and see the stats now, how it's going, because this was race number 4.
I'm just here doing the maths now, so it's interesting because things have changed.
Yeah, let's go in and see it.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Sail Ranks, the favorite score system for e-sailing is Sail Ranks, and we can see here right now, Vic, the discard is coming in now. Vic Farley in the lead with 6 points. Azair in second with 8 points. Dudang in third with 12. Willis is 7-1 in fourth with 12. Chico with 12. Luka Koslovic 13. And then we have 2 Spanish with 15. So the only one who's having a hard time is Hector Dominguez at the moment. That is going to be very, very close battle the next 2 races. And remember, one more race back to back, and then a middle race with double points, Alec.
Yeah, the medal race is going to be really interesting. Just 2 points at the moment separating the top 2, but then it is quite far back. From Vic Farley to Dudang, a full 6 point, and Lanfranchi obviously a full 6 points. Lanfranchi below Dudang because Dudang has a victory. Lanfranchi has got 2 second places but no victory, so he drops down. Same story with Chico Pimello. So look at that. The battle for third place, 4th and 5th. So basically the top 5 who will qualify for the final is I think it's going to go to the wire. It really is.
Yeah, and also the middle race is going to choose who's going into top 5. Number 1 and 2 might already been sneaking away, but there's 3 spots to be battling for. And to those of you just joining in, here is the format we are playing at the moment.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Race number 5, Alec. It's not a rewind. We are at the spot, at the place. And see here in the background, CEST also having their own map in the game, sailing the Barcolana boat. And it's now or never. We have 2 boats sneaking away. That is a Sear and it's Vic Farley. But everything is open for the next 3 positions. But I don't have to say, everybody can actually be in top 5 at the moment still, except Hector Dominguez. He's having a hard time at the moment.
Yeah, Hector Dominguez at the bottom with 20 points after a poor start. But hey, he came 4th last race. So, he's out of the running for the top 5, but he's improving. And I'm sure will come back in future competitions. So here we go. 2, 1. They are off. There are penalties for Hector Dominguez and a penalty more significantly for our second place overall Azair. And also I saw a flash up for Jean Cardona was over early, and you can see he's being slowed down as a penalty takes effect.
And we had 2 other false start, Luca Koslovic and Filippo Lanfranci. So the 2 Italians did a false start also, and I need to do a 360 to come back in the race. But it's Vic Farley sneaking away together with Chico P. Mello.
Yeah, Vic Farley, this closest to us, followed closely by by Chico P. Mello. And yeah, well, you can see in the radar why they're coming this way. It's a dark shadow of strong wind right on that ley line, heading up to the top mark. Chico P. Mello tacks. Will Vic Farley follow, or will he go further out? Yes, he does.
Yeah. But see who's in trouble. The 2 Italians right now, and Azair. So the leading boats, the leading pack, except Vic Farley, is in the last positions, Alec. This is going to change the whole score before the middle race. As I said, we couldn't write people out of the game. The only one there's a little bit trouble, they need to top perform and actually get second or win, is Hector Dominguez. He's currently in 4th at the moment.
Our overall leader is out in front in this race, and our overall second place boat is currently right at the back with that black sail and the French flag. It's Azair. But Luca Koslovic and Filippo Lanfranchi, the 2 Italians, and obviously the folks of Trieste who are watching this are going to want to see them in the final. They've got a lot to lose because they're sitting up in the top 5, but there's only a point between them. It's really close. They can't afford to finish back there where they are right now.
And I have to say, Alec, it's an important time to top perform. Chico on the inside, he will get a penalty. No, he just managed to maneuvering out of that penalty. So nice, fair play by Vic Farley. He could actually penalize him if he want to. Hector Dominguez in 3rd, but they're battling for that position, top 5 position, to go into the final where they will play for 1,750 euros. It is the 2nd highest prize pool in inshore. It's only the World Championship that's higher than that.
That was actually a really intelligent move by Vic Farley. He knows he's leading overall. His nearest challengers at the back of the fleet. Why take the risk? Why get tangled up in a fight at that top mark when he doesn't need to? And look at this. He's come out on top anyway. He chooses that mark on the right-hand side as we look at it. And Chico P. Mello of Portugal decides to come round this side. And Vic Farley actually follows him round. Hector Dominguez now in 3rd. C. Parejo in 4th, but picks up a penalty, and that's going to cost him dear. You're going to see a penalty for his brother as well. Yeah. But right now, out in front, is that Hector Dominguez making way.
Chico, yeah. But Alec, did you see the small thing in the button? When they came into the mark, Chico was actually going to get a penalty by Vic Farley because Vic Farley had the right away. But Vic, again, fair play, like real sailing, slow down his boat, least his sail, and make Chico come in. But then Hector Dominguez, a little bit older than Vic Farley, came in like an orca, eating a pink wing, penalizing Vic Farley and just eating him up and takes second. And now he's in the lead. It's a very close battle, this one, Alec. And for Hector, a victory means everything.
It does. He's sailing for pride here. Chico Pimello is second. Third, squeezing in there, Vic Farley, but he picks up a penalty. Yes, he does. It was just too tight. Joan Cardona wouldn't let him through. But right at the back. Now, what's happened to Azer? I'm just trying to see there. He's moved up to 8th. This is terrible news for Filippo Lanfranchi, this is really, really bad news for him. Equal on points with 3 other boats, 12 points, somewhere in about 3rd or 4th place overall. And this is going to cost him really dear. Anyway, Hector Dominguez out in front, ahead of Chico Pimello. Chico Pimello, who's, he's challenged for a win in every single race. He hasn't been outside the top 5 at all, except for his discard of 10th place. Right. So looking at the front, it looks like the race is going to Hector Dominguez. What about this battle for second? Chico Pimello, Joan Cardona fighting over that, and Dudang now moving up into 4th. Luka Koslovic. That's important for him. He's up into 6th. He needs all the points he can get.
But it's a very close battle behind. But let's first see this one. Hector coming first. Chico almost losing second. He takes second. Jan taking third. But see here, Alec. All the boats coming at the same time. Who will take it? It's rugby time.
Jay Parejo and Lanfranchi. Lanfranchi needs to be up there, but Koslovic has dropped down to last and picks up a penalty. Oh, and I think that might cost Luka Koslovic a place in the final.
Let's see here. Yeah, he got caught, Luka. 10th. Villas the 719. Azir 8. 3 of the top sailors in the 3 last position in race number 5 before going into the medal race. Alec, that's the defending world champion 2019 in 9th, the vice world champion in 8th, and the 3rd place winner at the world championship in 10th in this race. This just showed the level. Hector Dominguez with a victory, very important one. Chico in 2nd, Jan Cardona in 3rd, Vic Farley in 4th, C. Paparo in 5th, Dudang in 6th, J. Paparo 7. What a race. What a race. Good start for Hector. Good average speed. Azir's getting most win. Chico sailing shortest. But see here how they're switching position all the time. Luka was in 5th at the moment when they rounded the top mark, but lost that battle, dropped to 10th, got a penalty just on the finish line. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And let's rewind before going into the medal race. And Alec, what a crazy score we have here.
Wow. So look at that. 4 points separate first and second. Vic Farley, you've got to fancy his chances. I mean, he's through to the final, really. But any of these players can make the top 5. Remember, it's the top 5 we're interested in, because all of the top 5 will make it into tomorrow night's final. So in 5th place is Dudang of France with 18 points, just 7 points ahead of Jay Parejo. And the medal race is double points. No discards anymore, but double points.
But Alec, if Vic Farley is losing this race, then he's getting 20 points, and then he will drop out of top 5. So if he's losing this one, he can actually be out of top 5. So he needs to perform. He cannot just relax. He cannot just, hey, I don't want to sail this race. He needs to perform. And when we're saying he needs to perform, let's get ready to some action. We're coming in.
He would have to get it very wrong.
Yeah. Let's just jump straight into it, Alec. They are here with the format and everything. Medal race coming up. The players are just waiting for me to press this start button. And then it is on. Everything can happen. Everybody can go in top 5. Vic Farley can lose it if he's getting last. Or else he's secured for getting into the final.
Well, we've got a very fast computer, hopefully working everything out, because the permutations are numerous, to say the least. But the point is, everyone in this fleet can make it through to the final, mathematically anyway. But it's Vic Farley. He's the man to catch. He's out in front with a 4-point lead going into this medal race. So we're into the final minute. Just before the start, we've got, as always, a few boats out on the wrong side of the start line, and they will make their way back and get themselves into position. Now, let's have a look at the map at the top left corner, because right now it's looking a bit darker on the left-hand side, and I wonder if they're going to try and make it up that left-hand side, because until now, the most recent races have benefited those on the right.
Yeah, but see, Alec, the windsocks are coming from right-hand side, actually. And it's also dark in the right-hand side, far out in front of us. So there might come a small wind shift, pushing more wind from right towards left. But we will see within the 20 seconds. Remember, what we're seeing in top left corner is an estimate 10 seconds forward towards time. But it looks like you're right. Left-hand side, the wind is coming.
Here we go. The last few seconds of this pre-start. It is the semi-final 1 medal race. Who is going to win it? Who will finish in the top 5 overall after this race?
3 false starts,
counts.
Alec.
So,
Hector
Jay
Dominguez.
Parejo.
Did you see it? Hector Dominguez, Vic Farley, Luka Koslovic. False starts. It's all open, Alec.
Well, it is. It's completely open. And Vic Farley, our overall leader, currently sitting in 8th. Early days, though. Early days. And I'm still seeing breeze out on that left-hand side. It's difficult to read. It's swinging around a bit. C. Parejo in 2nd. So the 2 Spanish brothers, 1st and 2nd right now. Butcho and Cardona hot on their heels. And he's not a man you want hot on your heels. Azair in 4th and Dudang in 5th. And Azair coming out over onto this left-hand side. And look, it's darkening, isn't it? Look at that radar at the top left corner. It's darkening on the left-hand side.
But the wind, Alec, let's see here from the top if we can have a windsock. No windsocks for us here in the view right now. But the wind is not in his favor. It's coming a little bit straight at him. So he's losing a little bit of momentum, taking a chance. He's dropping to 6 now. So the boats in the favorite side is Jon Cardona, Chico P. Mello, C. Paparo, and then the J. Paparo, his brother in the middle, is also in a good position. This is a very intense race, Alec. Very intense. Everything can happen because Vic Farley is in 7, dropping down 3 position, and he's out of top 5.
They're playing for a place in the final. worth £1,750, the total prize pot for tomorrow night's final. As they come to this ley line and head towards the upwind mark for the first time. And you're right, Azair quite far back on that left-hand side, but Joan Cardona doing well. Now coming into the mark.
See the meters, Alex.
Tell you what, though, Azair, look at that.
No, he will get a penalty.
Oh, there's a traffic jam, there's a crash, and there's penalties galore for the leading boats. Joan Cardona comes out on top without a penalty, and now has already set his spinnaker and he's heading downwind, and it's all about trying to get as much advantage as possible as the rest of the fleet still battle it around that mark.
The overall leader with a penalty in the mark rounding, Alec. It looks so great for him. The first penalty. He's now in 9th. This is what was not going to happen. He was in 4th because of the penalty galore at the first rounding. Then he got a penalty in the mark rounding. So now he's dropping to 9th. That will mean that if he's very unlucky, he's out of top 5 at the moment. He needs to battling back. But it's Cardona in the lead, C. Paparo in 2nd, Azir in 3rd. So everything is open for a battle. Penalties. Luka Koslovic with 1.
Wow. Okay. So time and track is running out for Vic Farley, currently in 7th. That would give him 24 points in total, which is worse than any of the other players going into this race. But let's not let's just leave the scoring to the end, because Joan Cardona's out in front. Let's enjoy this race for what it is. As there, look at him. He's now moved into 2nd place. Jay Parejo in 3rd. His brother in 4th. And again, they're all it's so close, isn't it, this race? They're all coming into the top mark.
Penalty Azir made by Chico P. Mello. And I had to say, C. Paparo so close of penalizing his brother. So he actually moved away. Chico in 2nd. Penalty to G.
They go again. Parejo picks up the penalty this time.
Both
brothers. But Joan Cardona, he's cool, he's calm, he's clear of the rest of the fleet. He's heading towards the finish line in 1st place. But what a mess and what a fight happening behind him. Chico Pimelo 2nd, not that far ahead of Hector Dominguez. His brother, C. Parejo in 4th. Vic Farley now moving up into 4th.
Yeah.
So everything still to sail for, and we're into the final few meters of this race.
Yeah, Filippo Lanfranci in 10th, Dudang in 9th. So it's not going to be a ding-dong night for him tonight. Jay Paparo in 4th, coming in here. Vic Farley in 5th. He needs to keep it, but see, they're all on one line. It doesn't matter who wins. It's Joan Cardona. Hector, he needs a 2nd. So that's also, he can't do it. He's taking a 3rd. Is that good enough for 5th position? Let's see it from Lucas' side. See, side by side. Penalty, see Paparo. Changing everything again. No. See, Alec, I can't tell who's going into top 5.
Hector Dominguez 2nd. Azair is coming in 3rd place. It's we've lost count points-wise. Yeah. We'll just have to work it out in a moment. But here comes Azair. So he dropped right down. He was 3rd for one moment. And there he is sailing. And who knows? It was all so close. Oh, thank goodness we've got this to tell us how it ended. Joan Cardona, we know about him. Chico P. Mello 2nd. Hector Dominguez 3rd. Azair got 4th. And actually, it wasn't such a disaster for the Italians in the end.
Crazy ending.
And 6th.
See, they came over the finish line same, but see how little distance there is to Vic. 0.2 second, 0.3 to Jay Paparo, 0.5 to Dudang, and then 1.2 to the last place. So, Alec, I can't tell who is in top 5. It's all open. There's only one boat that's secured in this score, and that might be Vic Farley, but I'm not sure with that top performance. Remember, it's double point.
Vic Farley and Azair have exactly the same number of points, according to my calculations. Okay.
So Alec,
they've both got 24 points.
But let's see if you're right. I'm not sure. We'll see you in the top 5. For those of you just joining in, here is the format.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm
Johan
talking
Cardona
about.
seconds,
Wait.
Acer third.
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And there we
Here
go,
we go.
Alec. What an insane race, the semi-final one. Here we have the score, who went all the way to top 5 in this first bloodbath of the night.
Wow. So our top 5 who going through to the Barcolana e-sailing cup final tomorrow. It's Chico Pimello, Joan Cardona, and what do we know, eh? Joan Cardona, after the first 3 races, we thought he was down and out, but wow, did he come back. As there in third, Vic Farley, who started the medal race first overall, slips down to 4th, and Hector Dominguez, another man we thought was down and out, just sneaks in to 5th place. Wow. And bad luck to the 2 Italians, to Dudang and to the Parejo brothers.
Yeah, and I have to say, when watching this list and seeing who is not qualified for tomorrow's race, just show how strong this semi-final is. What a race. Alec, should we call Vic Farley in a few seconds and hear how it went for him?
Yeah, I think we should have a word with him, find out, what he thinks of the boat, apart from anything else,
Yeah.
and what he thinks of the final and just how tough this was. Yeah, let's have a word with him.
We will be back after a small, fantastic view of how Barcolana is.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Here he is, a 4th place finisher, Arthur or Vic Farley. Well done. You are through to the e-sailing cup, the Barcolana Cup. You're through to the final. I tell you what, though, that was nerve-wracking. You started first overall, and in the end, you sneaked into the final, didn't you? In 4th place. That was what happened in that last race.
I just played a little bit safe, I would say. I tried not to be in the last positions and wasn't pushing too hard. But on the last downwind, I lost a lot of positions. I was getting pressed by the other guys. There was pressure out to the left, and I couldn't get to it. So they kept on pushing me to the right, and then I had to take a few turns and go to the left. And I didn't end up too good, but it doesn't matter. For me, the overall in this semi-final doesn't matter. It's all about the first.
It was a tough fleet. You must be looking forward to the final.
Yeah, it should be good. Tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it. I think the level will be really high. So, it'll be great. It's just that. But yeah, that should be good. I think the level, as I said, will be really high, and everyone will be fighting for the money. I think that'll bring the best out of everyone. I think that did today. I could see some people being nervous, especially in the final race. Me getting a false start, and some others as well. It clearly showed that some of us were very nervous for that final.
Yeah, you were feeling the pressure. What do you make of the Barcolana boat that you're racing?
I think it's my favorite boat for sure. In the qualification, it was probably the best qualification I've ever had. I could have qualified in my first 15 races without any problems, but because I disconnected from one of my final races, I had to do another one. I like the boat. I understand there's a few glitches with starboard and port and stuff. But it's a good boat, and I really like it anyway.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you one more question because we're dipping in and out with the sound. But in real life, you're a laser sailor, aren't you? And you should be in Poland. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's correct. I should be in Poland. My youth Europeans got cancelled in France, so I made a last-minute decision to go to the senior Europeans, and I couldn't go in the end because they put the quarantine measures in place, and I can't miss that much time off of college. So that's a shame. But I look forward to moving into the standard now. I've gone from radial to standard, so now the transition is on to the big boys and the senior guys. So
these are tricky times, aren't they? And I think everyone, to a certain extent, is trying to balance, what they do and what they don't do, and what they think is best for them, and so on. Okay, I'm going to let you go. What are you studying at college, and where?
Oh, I'm at UKSA. I'm studying water sports course. So on the Isle of Wight. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot,
thank you, guys.
Arthur. Talk soon. Good luck for the final.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we're just waiting for Joan Cardona. That I got the answer to my question, who's next? And here he is. Joan Cardona of Spain. Hello. Well, last time we spoke to you, you were in the Sail GP final, and you were doing really well and helping Deja Vu in that. How do you find this boat, this Barcolana boat? Is it your kind of boat? Is it not quite fast enough?
Yeah, I like it. I think definitely you need wind to sail it, but when there is wind, it's really nice to sail. I'm quite used to the J70 because I used to sail a lot in the TRL server, that is team racing. So yeah, it's similar to the J70, and I really like it.
Okay, so I'm happy to say that about half an hour ago, I'd written you off, saying, well, he's got 2 9ths and a 10th. There's no hope for Joan Cardona. But you came back. Did you change anything?
Yeah, I mean, first races were a bit tough for me because I was like trying to understand how the fleet was behaving and how everyone was acting. So yeah, then I managed to improve a lot with a first and a third and winning the medal race also. So yeah, I knew it was all about doing a good medal race in the end, and yeah, I was focused on that, and I'm happy I made it.
But what do you think of the quality of this semi-final fleet? I mean, there are some huge e-sailing names in there, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely. I think there is more level here than it will be in the World Championship. Almost all of the qualified for the World Championship are here, and also the last World Championship people. So yeah, definitely highest level I've raced since until now in the virtual regatta, and yeah, I'm very happy to be here and to be qualified for next round.
Tell me, obviously, this is all building up to the real Barcolana regatta, the biggest regatta in the world. Have you, as a sailor, competed in the real regatta yet in Trieste or not?
No, not yet, but definitely something I would like to race, and yeah, I hope one day I will make it.
Oh, mate, I was there last year. It is a who's who of sailing. And in fact, the only face missing was yours.
Yeah,
Good luck for the final.
thank you very much.
Hit
See you.
it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And welcome back in studio, Mr. Alec Wilkinson. And to all of you sailing fans out there and e-sailing fans, we're getting ready for tonight's second semi-final. And Alec, I have to say, this is one of the most craziest races we're going to see before the World Championship in this year.
Yeah, I mean, 7 nations represented, 10 sailors in this semi-final. 9 of those 10 sailors have all appeared or will appear in a World Championship final. So I think it's 7 have actually been in a final and 2 have qualified this year. So really, I mean, we were talking about the quality of the fleet in the first semi-final. This one is awesome.
Yeah, and the dark horses in this race is Alec in 10th, the French guy, and then we have Greek 9. He's actually not qualified for the World Championship, and he has not been part of a final. That's just me telling wrong, but he was the winner overall in score in Virtual Regatta throughout the whole season this year. So it's almost winning a World Championship.
Greek 9 in top form at the moment, really in top form, and the thing about him is, and the last few races that I've commentated with him in, he comes from the back. You think he's got no chance, and he comes out and ends up winning the race, or certainly getting podium finishes. And remember, that's what you need. You need consistency in this semi-final. I mean, look at those names. You've got Le Mer Noir, 2 times World Championship finalist, Bart Lambrechts, Dutch Olympic sailor in the 49er, Dean Foran of Australia. He was our oldest World Championship finalist ever last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In that big final in Bermuda, the Australian. So, yeah, huge names. Karl Maslunka, I think it's 3. Is it 3 World Championship finals to his name, or he will have by the end of the season. And Deja Vu, our SailGP winner from Scotland.
Yeah.
So some real quality. I can't wait.
No, and I have to say, also a guy like Cruiselator in this race, he managed in the qualification to the World Championship in the very last race, Alec. In the very last race, after winning 4 races in a row, he needed the 5th victory. And that was the absolute last race of the qualification. And goddamn, he won it. So he was jumping and sweating and happy around qualifying to this World Championship. But Karl Maslunka is the only one of those 2 that's been at the World Championship 3 times, because Cruiselator got married last year. So he has only been there 2 times. So let's get ready for some action. To those of you just joining in, this is the format, and we will wait for the players to join in the races now.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, we're getting ready for race number 1. The players are joining in, and I have to say, I'm just smiling of seeing these names. We had a race, semi-final 1 today, with 5 or 10 very, very top sailors. But these are 10 players, where only 2 of them has not qualified or playing a World Championship, but have been in the top of the ranking list. This is going to be crazy. So we're just waiting for the administrator to say that all players are ready. We are waiting 3 players, and one of them we might wait a little bit for, because he's just waking up in Australia right now. That's Dean Foran. But we will get told when they're ready.
It's very early in Australia, I'm guessing, right now. I'm going to contradict myself, Thomas, because what do I know? I keep saying how consistency is important, which of course it is. But I'm just looking at the results of the last semi-final. And, you know, the Joan Cardone, who finished 2nd, he got a 9, a 9, and a 10 in the first 3 races. And Hector Dominguez, who came 5th, so obviously qualified for the final, got an 8, an 8, and a 9th. And yes, there's a discard. But with those medal races being double points, I mean, there is real opportunity, if you've messed up the first 3 races, to come back. So yes, consistency is important, but also digging in and believing in yourself and fighting to the finish, we saw in semi-final 1, is also just as important to qualify for the final and end in the top 5 here.
Yeah, and here we have one of the players we have been speaking a lot about the last year, Greek 9 or Greece 9, and you can see he got LDLN behind him because a Spanish club actually invited him to be part of the club because he's all alone in Greece, but winning overall on points for the ranking list of Virtual Regatta Inshore just show that this guy knows everything about the game. Right
also
now,
also shows you how inclusive the e-sailing community are in helping each other out and the sort of cross-border ties that we see, not just across Europe, but right across the world. And Dean Foran, I see, has now joined us from Australia, so that's great. And good to see Stipa Coach in ninth as number 9 there, joining us as well.
Yeah, and then we have this young lad from Scotland, representing Great Britain. He's not the Bruises of Scotland, but he's the first one qualifying for the World Championship in the EF50, the CLDP, winning the final over Jon Cardona, so they might go into it. And right now we can see we're missing one player in the game. He's not from the start. It's Bartlam Briggs, and maybe he's not able to be here, but it looks like he forgot to come in. So we will start the race within 30 seconds. We're just waiting for the race officers to say to go and then come in. Let's give him a chance. Here is the format. Then he has 30 seconds to join in the race.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, we just managed to get Bartlam Briggs into the race. He just had some issues with battery on his boat. So, and not on his boat, on his mobile phone. And this is typical Bartlam Briggs. He always come in the last second in all these great races. Let's see how this go. Race number 1 coming up. All the top names are here. This is the Mini World Championship.
Yeah, well, you've always got to arrive at a party late and make an entrance, haven't you? So well done, Bartlam Briggs, for making it. And he's been given number 7 there on the start. Still plenty of time to go. 1 minute. That yellow sail on that far side, just sort of doing an Azair type start, coming in the very few seconds.
That's Stipa Coach Croatia coming in there. But let's watch this boat here. The French guy with the donut. He is a donut right now. He's in the middle of the greatest battle of all. Gedek, or in Danish, Gade K. He's a French guy, and he is going to battling the 9 best players in the world, according to our, I have to say, in this race. It's amazing.
Yeah, and the Australian picking up a bit of a penalty there in the start, but that's now cleared, and 20 seconds to go. So we're going to start seeing them form up now. Difficult to see on that radar where the stronger wind is, but the right-hand side has been favoured all along. But here we go. They're early as they head towards that start line. It's race 1 of semi-final 2 of the Barcolana Cup. And they are off. Stipa Coach picks up a penalty on this near-hand side. But otherwise, it's a clean start. Stipa Coach crashing into the committee boat. Careless, trying to squeeze into a gap that didn't exist. But he heads off to the right-hand side. The Dutchman, Bartlam Briggs, heads off to the left. And already we've got a split in the fleet.
Yeah, and you know this, Alec. Coming late to the party and score all the goals. That's what Bartlam Briggs just did. Coming late, taking the lead, and then he might keep it. But in the middle, we have Havuk or Khan Mansluka of Turkey. We need to keep an eye, but see the distance in between the boats, Alec. 6 meters, 14 meters, 20 meters. So top 7, when they're coming up to the top mark, they will hit each other. There will be a battle up there.
So here we are with the second semi-final of the Barcolana E-Sailing Cup. We're in the Barcolana boat, very similar to the J-class boats. Bigger wind shadow though as they head downwind. We hadn't really seen that affect anyone necessarily in the first semi-final, but it is faster than the J70, both upwind and downwind. And these, especially the downwind legs, we found them have been really short, haven't we, so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here we come. Déjà Vu. He's qualified first for the World Championship, winning the F50, the CLGP campaign, the grand final. He's going to take the lead. He's going to be followed by Cruiselator and La Manoir. This is not for kids. This is going to be a bloodbath, Alec. This mark rounding for rest of the fleet coming just after them.
Yeah. Spread out right across the racetrack. 2 boats over on this, on the left-hand side of the course, the right as we're looking. But who is going to reach the top mark first? Déjà Vu in a good position. The lad from Scotland who studies at Southampton University, and he is first, I think, round this top mark. Yes, he is. La Manoir also in there, really
Penalty
close.
To La
Penalty
Manoir.
to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a little bit of a glitch there. I missed that, but a penalty to 3rd, 4th, and 5th. A really tight squeeze round that mark.
But see here, Barton Briggs started in the lead. That penalty, that just show how the skills are here in this level. At the top mark, dropping into 7. One mistake, costing 6th position, Alec. What a level we have here. Déjà Vu in the lead, Cruiselator second, but they're battling it out, all of them.
Bit of a gap now between 2nd and 3rd, but still really close right across the fleet. Very difficult race to call this one.
Yeah.
Déjà Vu reaches the bottom gate. Cruiselator right behind him with the blue sail.
Splitting up. Interesting.
Yeah. No, they haven't. No.
Déjà Vu wants to cover him. La Manoir coming in. Penalty. Start Coach Croatia. It's penalty galore. They're all coming at the same time. Only one boat going opposite. That is the newcomer, Gadek. He doesn't want to be in that battle.
He's keeping well out of it. Penalty for Dean Foran of Australia as well. Yeah, I mean, it's early days, isn't it? We saw a lot of penalties in the first few races of the first semi-final as well. They've got plenty... There's plenty of time to make up penalties like that, really. Just testing each other, just seeing who's on form, who's not.
Yeah.
And Déjà Vu with a white sail still out in front. Cruiselator so close, though. No breathing space for the leader.
No. But see, there's a gap between the leader and the second. So the leaders are going to battling it mano a mano. But rest of the fleet coming in at the same time within 12 meters from each other. Start Coach Croatia on the inside. He might get penalized by the other coming from starboard. And now we see penalty by sailing down by La Manoir. Penalty to Valentin Lisa made by Havuk. That's a battle also that we're going to see at the World Championship. And who's losing this one? First loser or Dean Foran in last at the moment?
Interestingly, though, Déjà Vu's built some lead going round that top gate. That top mark. Cruiselator second, La Manoir way back in 3rd. We're going to have a battle for 3rd, I wonder. Yeah. I think La Manoir's probably got enough of an advantage over the Dutchman Bart Lambrechts. But right now we're watching our winning boats from the first race 1 of this second semi-final. And it's Déjà Vu just ahead of Cruiselator. Cruiselator, so experienced in e-sailing, a world championship to his name. Heads towards the finish line and is trying to catch Déjà Vu. But does he have enough racetrack to do it?
Oh, I think it's too late. Déjà vu, very routine, but Crusader pushing him. It's too late. The finish line is getting closer. See, oh, penalty, Déjà vu. Oh, so close of Crusader taking it. Then we can say La Manoir is going to take third, but see this battle for fourth. All point count. Greek 9 with a penalty. Stipe coach in the lead, penalty. Gadek. Valentin Lisa, penalty. Alec. What a race this one, and there's no speed boost or anything on this boat. Amazing to see the level we are having here.
So close all the way to that last place. Déjà vu in the end, just look at the time difference. Well, effectively there wasn't one, was there? Déjà vu gets the victory. Cruiser second, La Manoir, so France third and fourth.
Yeah, Valentin Lisa, it's great to see him in that position. He's very nervous, really fighting for it, going into his first World Championship here in the start of November. Stipe coach Croatia also going into his first championship, qualified 1 in the 5th, and then the routine Kahnemans Luca in 6, Bartlam Briggs, who had a good start in 7, Dean Forum in 8, Gadek in 9, and that penalty to Greece 9, giving him 10th. Crossing the finish line same time as Gadek, but he's getting last because the computer says so.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. We were talking up Greece 9, weren't we?
Yeah.
And he's just finished 10th.
But he had the best start. See, 0.6. That's a good average start. Dean Forum maximum speed. Déjà vu sailing shortest distance, and Bartlam Briggs doing a lot of jibes. And in this case, it was defensive jibes. So a really great battle there. And you see here, wow, they're switching position all the time, except the 2 leaders. They sneaked away, and Déjà vu managed to defend his position here in race number 1. But rest of the fleet, what a bloodbath. See there, switching position all the time. And the big loser in the end was Greek 9, losing that one. And the big winner was MCES Valentin Lisa.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Wow, Alec. Race number 1. And I'm not disappointed at all. This is what we like to do. This is why we are commentating e-sailing, sailing in virtual waters on the highest level.
Yeah, absolutely. And just how close it was proves the quality of the fleet. And, you know, Déjà vu getting that victory, a really good victory for him. That'll settle the nerves. It'll calm him down and give him confidence. And to hold on to that lead with someone like Cruiser right on his stern just shows you that he's quite tough, is Déjà vu. He's young looking, and he is young, but he's made of metal.
Yeah, but I have to say, when he won the F50, he was the only one who prepared himself. He used almost a month, Alec, to practice the F50 to win it. And see the mistakes and all that, and then he won it over a grinder from the Spanish CLDP team, Jan Cardona. Push! And I have to say, he has also been practiced the Barcolana boat, but they only had 3 days to do it, all of them, because the boat was first released actually 4 days ago. So let's see how it is. Alec, the players are ready. Let's get in and get ready for the next race. 9 players in there, a 10th is missing. Maybe he's having battery issues. That's very shitty when you're in a semi-final.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
I was going to say, if we're waiting for a 10th player, it'd be good. You mentioned, you know, the fact that they've only had 3 days, but they've had a huge number of races, haven't they, to get to this point?
Yeah, the one qualifying with the highest number of races was 84. They need to do a best CO score out of 15 races to be in this race here, but 84 is the magic number of the guy doing the most races. So it's very, very, very close what's coming in.
Plenty of experience under their belts. So now here we go. Stipe coach has now joined us. We have a full fleet.
it was Gardic who was last. He was maybe a little bit shy. It's not race number 1, it's race number 2 now coming up. And I'm actually looking forward to what this donut boat can do here in Trieste, to see that beautiful view here behind us. Alec, I remember last year 300,000 people walking over the square. We were sitting in the top of this glass building, commentating e-sailing on the highest level, having Italian fans cheering on their local heroes beneath us. Wow.
It was a fabulous evening. I'm not sure about the glass building. It was more of it was a glass cube.
Yeah.
But it gave us a wonderful view of that main square of Trieste. And yeah, I mean, a really great experience. And hopefully we'll be back there again next year. Yeah. Who knows? All right, 40 seconds to go, and the usual guys are out on that far side, and they'll make their way back to the correct side of the start line, probably around about now. But which way are they going to go? Left or right? I'd say it's fairly even at the moment across the course. The wind just coming slightly in from the left, isn't it?
Yeah, it's slightly coming in for the left, but see, it's actually a strong wind from left side. When we're watching up towards the top mark and watching the radar, we can see the wind is coming from left side. So most of the boat will go to the right-hand side in the start, but we can't see where the wind breeze is. It looks like it is in the opposite side. So quite interesting what's going on. The start going on, penalty to start Coach Croatia, but it's Havuk Karlmans-Luka in the lead to the start.
Yeah, Valentin Lisa also picking up a penalty. The man who finished 4th in race number 1. And off they go towards, as you predicted, towards that right-hand side. Currently in the middle of the course, though. Deja Vu just about out in front again. Yeah. Karlmans-Luka in second, the man from Turkey, former laser sailor, sailed at high level, was national champion a few years back, Karlmans-Luka. And Bart Lambrechts alongside him, the Dutch 49er sailor.
But Bart Lambrechts also amazing. Under the qualification to the World Championship, he was just at the European Championship in real 49er sailing. So he did both qualification for the World Championship in e-sailing and the European Championship for the 49er sailor at the same time. But he has, what a record in sailing. He is also part of the Dutch Youth America's Cup team. So he knows a lot about sailing in a high level. Crossing in.
Deja Vu went with him. Bart Lambrechts tacks again. Lots of manoeuvres from the Dutchman. He was attacking Deja Vu. Then he was seeing off La Mer Noire. La Mer Noire in the pink sail now coming towards us. Coming towards this ley line on the right-hand side. Heading up towards the top mark. Bart Lambrechts slots in ahead of him, and here comes Deja Vu with the white sails in front of Bart Lambrechts, and he's going to tack any second now as well. And up they come towards the top mark. And who's coming in from that far side on the other ley line? Karlmans-Luka of Turkey, otherwise known as Havuk. Greece 9 also in the mix there. As they converge, it's Deja Vu once again leads the fleet around the top mark, followed closely by Bart Lambrechts, and third is La Mer Noire.
But again, a very close race, Alex. See, Karlmans-Luka, Greece 9, start Coach Croatia, Dean Forum, Cruiselator, Gardic coming in. It's only Valentin Lisa who's dropped out of the pack. But it looks like two boats are sneaking away to do an internal battle, but they're splitting up. That means Deja Vu might go outside of wind shadow. He's not under pressure. That might be in his favor. The wind is losing. See, only 7 knots downwind. And all the other races we have been seeing 15 to 20 knots downwind, Alec. So it's a slow downwind this time.
Yeah. And what a colourful procession it was around that top mark. Everyone very well behaved. But it was carnage at this bottom mark in the last race. So let's see what happens this time. I think they're a little bit more spread out as the battle for second between Bart Lambrechts and La Mer Noire continues. That's an opportunity for Deja Vu to grow his distance at this halfway point of the race.
Yeah. Interesting call. Deja Vu rounding first. Bart Lambrechts, La Mer Noire going with him. Can Masluka here battle it out with Grease 9? No penalties, very fair play. Good rounding. Dean Forum, Start Coach Croatia, Crucilator, Gadek, and in last, MCS Valentin Lisa.
Grease 9 choosing to go left whilst the leaders have gone right. But most of the fleet kind of sticking to the middle of the course at the moment. There's Deja Vu, our leader.
Yeah, but he's going in front of Bartland Bricks. See how close it is here. But he just managed to get free, so he can tack towards the top mark by himself in a few sec. Then we have to battle for third and fourth over here. La Manoir, but see, Steep Coach Croatia is coming in also. Havuk losing momentum at the moment.
Yeah, you know, we love the crash bang wallop races that are fast and furious, but this is also fascinating stuff because the strategy and the tactics are really, really interesting, and it's going to be fascinating to see who comes out on top. And at the moment, Deja Vu has done everything right. One more leg to go. He's heading towards the finish line. Bart Lambrex in second, La Mer Noire in third. So the top three haven't changed. Nor has Karmas Lumka in fourth. Penalty for Steeper Coach on that mark rounding. So Grease 9 moves ahead, and Gadek and Dean Foran and Cruislater and Valentin Lean looking like they're going to be right at the back in this second race of the semi-final. So Deja Vu, let's fly towards the leaders. Deja Vu should.
No. This is a battle. Bartland Bricks is not letting him away. See, they're jibing and jibing to be on the favorite side of doing dirty air on each other. Bartland Bricks has the sword, and Dejavu is doing the shield. But let's see. It looks like Bartland Bricks will lose it. He's satisfied with a second. There's no reason to take a battle and get a penalty and dropping down. So right now, let's see here, side by side.
First and second. First Deja Vu of Great Britain. Second Bart Lambrex of the Netherlands. And then it's a long way back to La Mer Noire and even further back to the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, and there we have battles.
So it's Britain gets first, the Dutch get second. Now, let's look at this third place finish. It's going to be La Mer Noire with the pink sail. And then what about fourth place? Karmas Lumka.
No, Grease 9 and Khan in fifth. Gadek coming in sixth. Amazing in this race here. But Crucilator losing, Alec.
Yeah.
Did I see right? Crucilator losing? Wow. From second to last position, Alec. That is crazy. Crazy. This just show, as we said, this killer group, this top racing, and as Jon Cardona was saying, this might be the same level or higher than the World Championship at the moment. Deja Vu with a victory, Bartland Bricks in second, La Manoir third, Grease 9 fourth, Khan Manslumka in fifth, Gadek from France in sixth, Dean Forum in seventh, Start Coach Croatia in eighth, MCS Valentin Lisa in ninth, Crucilator in 10th. Bartland Bricks with the best start, Valentin Lisa maximum speed, but Deja Vu sailed the shortest distance and had a lot of jibes of attacking, so much defending against Bartland Bricks. And we can see the three leading boats, no switch of position there, but again, a huge battle in the boats coming up.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, whoosh. This is...
I'm looking at the results, okay, and Deja Vu 2 victories in a fleet of this standard is extraordinary. There's a lot of sailing left, though. You know, we've got 3 more races before the double points medal race, so anything can happen, and we did see everything happen in the first semi-final, so we can't get too carried away. But when you compare Deja Vu with 2 points, for example, and Grease 9 with 14 points, there's a huge gap. But of course, there is a discard. So once again, can't get too excited about the overall leaderboard just yet.
No, not just yet. We just have a small break because just 1 minute, we want the players to go over to another server because we just saw in this server the wind was going out of it, and the game has this with real wind, and I have programmed a server for us where we have a lot of wind because when we are in this high level, we want some wind. So please stay tuned. Here is the format.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, we are back again. We are just asking the players to go over to the semi-final 1 server.
Yeah, so, okay, real sailing, we kind of sit and we wait for the wind to come in. The beauty of e-sailing is that things can be altered. And when you've got Thomas on the team, you know, he is our wind god. And it seems that you have some control over this. So just explain to those who are new to the game, who aren't quite as into it as maybe some of these top players, how that works.
Yeah, there are 3 ways the wind works. In the game, we have something called in real life wind, like real sailing, so we can experience that the wind is going away. And what I saw in the one server is that wind was very low. But in this server, under the Italian flag, you can see the wind pressure at the moment, 21 knots, and that is giving us those exciting races and battles we want downwind, because these guys are in the top level and we want to see them race in the highest level. And Alec, right now we're going in to see the guys play. We can see they're ready in there. It's race number 3 coming up. So let's go in and see some action.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And there we go, 10 players in a race with a lot of wind, Alec. 21 knots in speed, so we're going to see a whole other type of battle now, where they're going to use the downwind action much more than the upwind action. In the last race we saw the second downwind, they were slower than the upwind leg. So this time we will see some speed in the boats.
Okay, so if you were playing, how can you tell the wind speed from this picture?
This picture you can't, but when you are playing the game yourself, you can actually, you're getting told afterwards. But I can see it when they started, then I can see how fast they're sailing. But I learned something about this boat. When they're sailing with best VMG in the Barcolana52 boat upwind, they will always hit 60.0 knots. But it's the downwind we are looking for, how fast they are, so I can calculate almost how fast they are. And I saw when there's 21 knots of speed, we will have a speed around 14.8, 15.8 in the downwind action. But this is going to be, see the wind pressure in the right hand side, the windsock slightly straight at them. So interesting which side they will go to, but this time they have a lot of wind in the battle.
Well, let's see how it unfolds. 15 seconds to go. And they're all lining up at this committee boat end. They all want to go off this right-hand side of the line. They're convinced that this is where the breeze is stronger. And I think that's La Manoir. No, La Manoir's in the middle of the fleet. It's Donut Man who has to go away. And Gadek eventually gets away where he wanted to and heads off to the right-hand side. But what a start by the fleet. It's a clean start. It's Bart Lambrecht's out in front, just ahead of Valentin Lean and Grease Knight. Yeah, and again, it's such a close start. Everything can happen in this upwind, but it looks like Bart Lambrecht actually had one of the best start in this semi-final group in race number 3, because he actually had a gap 5 meters to second place, but it's nothing. It's nothing because the downwind shadow is 31 to 32 meters big. That means he needs to be
around 28 to 29 meters ahead, rounding the top mark for not being caught in dirty air when they're going downwind. But see here, Stipe Coach Croatia going to the right hand side, winning the upwind leg. And as we said in the start, this boat type, you both win upwind and downwind. And here he shows why, because Bartner Briggs, he's here, but he has a longer distance towards the mark, and Stipe Coach Croatia is coming from starboard.
Let's check some speeds now. Stipe Coach then doing 6 knots. Gadek 5.9, and Karmas Lumke with the orange sail doing 5.8. So they're all pretty closely matched as they come towards this upwind mark. A penalty for Bartlen Briggs.
Yeah, it's a battle over here against Valentin Lisa, who came from starboard and went in front of Bart. So again, a fantastic start for Bart, and now he's dropping down because he's getting penalized by the others. But don't write the Bartlen Briggs out of the battle. We know, like Jon Cardona, he just had this extra level when it counts, and we saw that in the first semi-final of tonight. Stipe Coach Croatia in the lead, but will he be in the lead when they're rounding the mark, Alec? See, Grease 9 on the inside. A lot of battle. They're coming up the same time, Alec.
Yes, they are. It's a traffic jam. Are we going to see penalties? I think we will. Bartlen Briggs gets the first of them, and then it's all clear as they go round. So just the one penalty. They did well, I tell you. They did well to squeeze around that mark. But it's Stipe Coach of Croatia out in front. Deja Vu, our winner in the previous 2 races, picks up a penalty, and they head off downwind with a penalty for Deja Vu. The computer will slow him down, and he slips to the back of the fleet. Penalties are really costly when the fleet are of such a high quality and so close. Stipe Coach then, Grease 9, and Valentin Lisa is in 3rd.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how high level this is. Normally, and that at a mark rounding less, we just saw when the fleet is so close, we have been seeing 4 or 5 penalties. But when you go in to see the replay after this show, you can see how close they are to each other. Le Manoir with a penalty will drop down to last. Luckily for him, it's upwind, so he's only losing 5 to 8 meters. But see, Stipe Coach Croatia is doing what we talked about in the start. If he's more than 20 meters ahead, rounding that mark, he has a clean run towards the finish line. And it looks like he's the first one ever doing this in a semi-final. Way to go by him.
Well, we're going to see him tack. What about the battle behind him then? Valentin Lisa, Grease 9, Khan Mazlumka. Can we see the orange sail of Havuk make its way back up? So far, the Turk has managed a 6th and a 5th.
Yeah. And Stipe Coach Croatia is going to take a victory. See, 36 meters. So the other boats will not be able to capture him. Valentin Lisa 2nd, Grease 9 3rd, Khan Mazlumka 4th, Gadek, wow, amazing, in 5th, Crucilator 6, Bartlen Briggs 7. But there will be a penalty to Bart. No, he just managed to avoid the penalty. First loser didn't hit him, but see who's in 9th. Deja Vu and Le Manoir in last. Wow.
Deja Vu, Bartlen Briggs, La Manoir, currently amongst the leaders overall, and they are right now at the back of this race 3 of our second semi-final of the Barcolana E-Cup. Great stuff. Oh, look at Stipe Coach. What an easy, well, it wasn't an easy victory, but he's made it look easy, hasn't he, the Croatian. Valentin Lisa trying to close the gap on him. He'll have to make do with 2nd place. So 1st and 2nd seem safe. And then it's Greece in 3rd. And, well, are we going to see Khan Mazlumka close the gap on the Greek? I don't think so. It's not looking likely, is it?
He's defending his position right now. See, Gadek is coming into battle. The wind is lowering right now. They are unlucky. The wind is shifting at this moment in the downwind race. Valentin Lisa takes 2nd, but see Grease 9 losing at the moment. Side by side with Havuk. Havuk penalizing Gadek. Gadek is too new in this game. Getting a penalty that will cost 2, maybe 3 positions. Grease 9 takes 3rd. Havuk takes 4th. And then Crucilator takes 5th because Gadek got a penalty by Havuk in that battle. And here we see.
Alec would have been better off just sitting back and not taking on the experienced Turkish sailor. And he would have been one place better off if he'd done that. But well done. What a dominant victory by Stipa Coach.
Yeah. Stipa Coach with a victory. Valentin Lise second, Greece 9th, third, Kavuk, Kahnemans Luka in fourth, Crucilator 5th, Gardic 6th. But see here, Lamanoir 10th, Bartland Briggs 9th, Tishavu 8th. And it looks like the early mornings for Dean Forum Australia is not the best time to play. I know he's sitting with the biggest cup of coffee, the pilot from Australia, and just waiting to wake up and play. But I can say to you, when he plays the game and he's awake, he's playing in such a high level. But watching a stat like this with those top names, Bartland Briggs best start, Stipa Coach Croatia best average speed, Lamanoir maximum speed, Kahnemans Luka sailing the shortest, Lamanoir, Kahnemans Luka, Bartland Briggs. Wow, I'm almost getting so excited of seeing these top names. But in this race, we saw what we talked about in Start of Tactics. This boat, you both win up lake, but you can also win it downwind. And upwind, Stipa Coach Croatia did such a fantastic job in both lakes.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
So nicely set up, isn't it, Thomas, for the second half of the semi-final. We've got 2 more races before the double points medal race. And I'm just looking down at my scoreboard here. You know, with the discards, actually, it is really wide open. But disappointment for Deja Vu, having won 2 races, then gets an 8th.
But let's go in and see the scoreboard, because like the first semi-final, let's see the scores after 3 races.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And there we have the confirmation. Tishavu with 10 points. But remember, after next race, there will be a discard. So right now he has 2 points, Alec, plus what he's doing in the next race. Stipa Coach Croatia, he's having a more hard time. He's at 6 points. Same thing, Valentin Lises. Havuk, wow, 9 points at the moment. 6 points, Lamanoir. 7 points to Crucilator. Greece 9, 7. 9-point Bartland Briggs. I know I'm doing the fast math. I'm just removing the worst score. 12 points to Gardic and 14 points to Dean Forum.
Well, as I said, wide open, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And wide open it is, Alec. And they're getting ready for the next race here in semi-final 1 server. And that's where we're going to see them rest of the night, because that's where the wind is at the moment. We programmed it in and the players are joining in. But who will go all the way? It's as open as a book, like we saw in the last race. Nothing can be said.
I love this. When our race course, when the wind's dying in one race course, we just shift to another one and we get the wind and that exciting racing. I love this e-sailing wind stuff. It's great. The excitement to the max all the time.
Alec, I remember first time I met you and we talked about sailing and all that. And then you said, hey, Thomas, are we also going to wait for wind coming in the game and all that? And I just said, no, it's a game, it's a game. Because I've been at a lot of events where then we have been waiting for a whole day with no wind, sitting in studio, just waiting and talking and talking and talking. But we don't need to do it here.
No, we don't. It's sailing to the max the whole time. And to be fair, you know, the first server, yeah, the wind was dropping, but it hadn't actually disappeared as could often happen. But we're not interested in light winds, no. Especially with a fleet as strong as this one.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Race number 4, Alec. 2 races left for tonight after this one. This is the 3rd last race of tonight. It's semi-final 2. It's all about being top 2 in this group. And it is called the Bloody Group, Bloody Friday Group almost. Because 8 out of 10 players has qualified or been at the World Championship. One of them won. One of those not being there is Greece 9. He made the best record, scoring the most point of the whole season. 10 seconds.
Race 4 then, just getting underway. Penalty for Stipacoach. Really busy on this right-hand side near the committee boat. Penalty for Deja Vu. Poor start for the Scotsman. But they are away with Bart Lambrechts, Dean Foran and Greece 9 getting a good start.
Again, a fantastic start for Bart Lambrechts, but can he keep it? It's like he's losing it all the time in the upwind leg. And right now he's sailing into lighter wind again. The stronger wind is in the right-hand side. You can see the colors on the water, but it looks like it's a favorite for Deja Vu, Stipacoach and Gadek here in the right-hand side, but it's still Bart Lambrechts in the lead.
Yeah, Gadek, kind of a rookie, really. He's kind of started to rise. His profile has grown since the spring, since the world went into lockdown. I think that's when his sailing really took off. Maybe he had more time to concentrate on it. And now here he is in the semi-final of the Barcolana Cup. Great stuff. And so far, he's managed a 9th and 2 6th places. But he has always been up there challenging the leaders in the early stretches of the race. So can we see him hold on to these slight advantage in second place? Yeah. Valentine Lisa in third and La Mer Noire in fourth. We haven't seen much of La Mer Noire, have we? 2 third places, which were great, but a poor performance finishing last in race number 3.
Yeah, but don't write that guy out of the game. I remember him in season 2, the World Championship 2019. He studied the game so much that he knew all the scores, all the data of all the boats, wind, shadow, speed, angle to sail in and everything. But this is very, very strong. Let's see here. La Mer Noire in second, Bart Lambrechts taking the lead. This time he keeps the lead. Stipacoach defending his position. Gadek with a penalty. And that's where the difference is from these top players and Gadek. He is amongst the elite of e-sailing.
Oh, it's tight coming round this gate, isn't it? Yeah. And but they're round again. They're round through. Dean Foran picking up the penalty. And Stipacoach of Croatia round that second mark. Cruiser penalty.
Yeah.
Downwind they go, accelerating away. Now 60 meters between Bart Lambrechts and La Mer Noire at the front of the fleet. And then it's a whole 40 meters back to Stipacoach in third. So they're beginning to spread out, but the middle of the fleet still bunched together here, right in front of us on the screen. Dean Foran, Gadek, Valentine Lisa.
Deja Vu with a penalty. Unforced penalty, sailing into Valentine Lisa by himself. So slowing down, not his race, this one. He really needs to step up if he wants to go to the final. And now they're getting ready for the second upwind leg. And we actually, in the chat, it's so fantastic, Alec. We have so many viewers out there. One guy is asking, does it really mean that much with the wind pressure in the upwind? Yeah, it does. They are sailing the same speed, best VMG. They're using the best VMG button, 5.9, 6.0 upwind. But it's all about which side the wind and the wind pressure is coming from, deciding who's sailing the shortest distance towards the top mark. So it's all about reading that wind intelligence, all about that. And Bart Lambrechts has been done it again. That's the second upwind leg with a perfect upwind.
He has, and look how close it is between second and third. This, at the moment, is Dean Foran's best position, and that's impressive because he's had a penalty already in this particular race.
Yeah. So again, a good upwind leg doing it. He got a penalty at the top mark last time, but this time it's maybe giving it back. No, he has to slow down the boat not to getting it. Whoo-hoo! 3 boats close to each other. Stipacoach Croatia, La Mer Noire, and Dean Foran. And Gadek.
Oh, Gadek's got himself caught on the mark. Oh, Gadek, what are you doing? Yeah. Oh, there, he's showing his inexperience. He was having such a good race. He'd been impressing us so much.
Yeah.
And then a schoolboy error on that top mark. Bad luck, Gadek.
Yeah.
Valentin Lisa also picked up a penalty.
Yeah.
But out in front, look at him heading towards that line. It's Bart Lambrex. Nothing is going to catch him. La Mer Noire looks pretty clear as well, with Dean Foran in third.
But Dean and Stipe Coach Croatia is going to battling it out. Bjørn-Lüthi is sneaking in again. He's keeping himself in the middle of all the races. Fifth position again, but it's coming in here. But let's see here. Bart Lambrex finishing. La Mer Noire will come in second. But let's see. Dean Foran, Stipe Coach Croatia, who takes it side by side. I think they're very satisfied of that position.
I think they are. I think they're happy with what they've got. There's no point in pushing it and picking up any penalties. So Dean Foran takes third place.
Took it on the finish line, I think.
Yeah.
We need to see it. But see the points. La Mer Noire 0.22. Dean 20. Stipe Coach 2.2. Wow. It's a server glitch, but we will see the confirmation soon. Valentin Lisa takes in. It's Cruiselator Deja Vu coming in the last position. What a development. Let's see here. Oh, Dean Foran just managed to take it with 0.1 second. That's a good eye.
We could see that.
Yeah. Are we going to call you Eagle Eye in the future, Alec?
Yeah.
Bart Lambrex with a victory. La Mer Noire in second. Dean Foran third. Stipe Coach Croatia fourth. Bjørn-Lüthi another fifth position. Valentin Lisa 6. Greek 9. 7. Cruiselator in 8. Gadek 9. And Deja Vu with a loss. Whoosh.
Wow.
Good start for Bart Lambrex. Also good average speed, and he sailed the shortest distance because people couldn't attack him. So he had all the time to read it. But it was the upwind legs he won. It was the upwind legs.
15 jives by Deja Vu.
Yeah, that's aggressive jives because he was in the lead in the last, and you can see he lost that battle against Cruiselator and Gadek in the downwind leg. So he lost a lot of it, used a lot of energy, and lost the race in the last second.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, this was race number 4. We're going into race number 5 in a moment. Let's go in and see the score because we are so lucky that there has been a discard. So now we really can see what they are battling for in the race.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
All right, so sitting at the top, La Mer Noire with 8 points, thanks to 2/3 and a second. So, there's the consistency. Ahead of Deja Vu with 10 points because he came 10th. Of course, he came last in the last one, so that was his discard. Bart Lambrex currently also on 10 points and Stipe Coach on 10 points. So, wow. So we've got 3 guys, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all equal on points. And Valentin Lisa in 12th. Remember, if you're just joining us, it's the top 5 after the medal race, the double points medal race. It's the top 5 that go through to tomorrow night's final.
Yeah. And there's only 6 points in between number 1 and number 7. So one small mistake in a race, you're out of the top 5. And remember, the medal race counts double, so everything is open. But Gadek, the unexperienced sailor in this race, is in last. But can he come back to it?
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
So, Alec, 5th race coming up. The players are ready. They're already getting prepared to go to the starting line. We have, like the first race, a very good development of this game.
Yeah, it's all still wide open. Gadek can still make it into the top 5. It's going to be tight for him. He can't afford to make mistakes like he did in the last race where he got stuck on the top mark. But it's still wide open. And also, interesting.
Yeah, but Alec, I have to say, I'm just going to do a thing. Because we're going to have a re-race, I'm going to ask the admins to do a re-race because one player lost connection just before start. So re-race, 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 guys. So Alec, we're going to talk a little bit now.
So what? We're going to re-race race 4? Is that what
No,
we're saying?
race 5. This race just started
okay.
because it already started and one player was knocked from the start in the race. So,
Okay, that's...
but Gardic, he still have a chance to come into the race.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, the young guy from France, just beginning to make a name for himself on the e-sailing circuit amongst the elite, making a silly mistake in that previous race, but mathematically, absolutely still can make it into the top 5, which is where they want to be to make it through to the final for a chance of that top prize of €1,000.
And Alec, while you're saying that, let's go in and see what the format is all about.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, race number 5 coming up. You guys out there couldn't see what happened, but actually one of the players lost connection just when we press start of the race. And we have one basic fair play rule. If the connection is losing and you're dropping out before 1 minute of the starting line, we're re-racing the race. That's how it is. That's how it's played. This is e-sailing. There are rules. It is a game. But here, 1 minute to start. So if there's disconnection now, then it will not be a restart.
Okay, you call it a fair play rule, but it's kind of a sensible rule, really, isn't it? Especially, you know, you don't want to, in a semi-final of such a high-level competition, it would be a real shame to lose one of these top players just because of a disconnection, 2 minutes before the start, wouldn't it? So anyway, we're all we're under orders. The top 10, we're all here, and Deja Vu numbered 1 on the list because presumably he entered the game first. And we've got 25 seconds to go. That red sail over on that far side is now going to make its way back towards the start line. Who's that?
That's the Stipper coach. Let's try to follow him and see how it's going. 10 seconds. Well, a false start in there, penalty to one of the birds. False start.
Well, Stipper coach has left it late, and penalties for a couple of the players. Oh no, Stipper coach, I think, started. Did he pick up a penalty?
He picked up a penalty for sailing into one of them. But the reason why they're doing these downwind starts is because even if they get a penalty, they have a little bit more speed. But he didn't time it well, so he's ending up in the middle of the fleet. Bartlett Briggs again in the lead after a fantastic start, this time to the right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gamble to do that, and it almost paid off for Stipper coach because if the computer hadn't told me, I would have said that was a clean start for him because he was right on the line on the 0. But obviously, it was just that little bit too close for him. Anyway, Deja Vu, who had a great start to this semi-final, and then has had a couple of really poor results, is now back in the hunt at the front of the fleet. And guess who's chasing him? Bartlett Briggs.
Yeah, Bartlett Briggs, he is in the lead, and he's going in front of Deja Vu and going to covering him. But let's follow second place here. That's Khan Masluka Havuk. He needs to have a top position now here in race number 5, because the middle race is going to be a bloody race because everybody can take the win. This just shows how strong a group we are in. Stipper coach Croatia, he didn't have the best start, but again, he chooses to go to the right-hand side as the only boat. But now see the windsocks up there, Alec, in the left corner. the wind is against him, so he's not sailing the shortest distance. Le Manoir coming in, Barcolana52 also. This means rest of the fleet will catch up with them. So it's going to be a very, very close mark rounding coming up.
And it's going to be very close because they're all coming in together, and it's going to be messy. And Karmazlunka just slots in ahead of the rest, but out on this side, Barcolana52 just keeping out of trouble, coming up to the mark with Deja Vu and
Havuk with a penalty.
Valentin Lisa and Mazlunka picking up a penalty, and Cruiselator picking up a penalty. We haven't seen much of Cruiselator, have we, in this semi-final? And Karmazlunka and Cruiselator then now paying the price for that messy mark rounding. Yeah. As the leaders, Barcolana52 and Valentin Lisa head off downwind, and already Barcolana52 is beginning to build a lead.
Yeah, and one funny story about Cruiselator we haven't told. He was actually the winner last year, together with Carlos Paz from Spain. They crossed it in the middle race in the final of Barcolana51 E-Cup. They crosses the finish line in the same time, ending up with the same points in cell ranks. And then we have to crown a winner, and the computer crowned Carlos Paz as a winner. So Cruiselator and him, they just agreed on sharing the prize because they had the same result, they had the same score, they had the same time.
How could I forget? We called those boats across the line and then spent, I don't know how long, waiting to see if we could find, a difference between the two boats, but there wasn't. It was absolutely equal, and it wasn't until the two decided to call it a draw that we could finally wrap up the show and give a result. It was a tremendous finish. I wonder how it's all going to end tomorrow night in the final. But right now, let's just concentrate on this semi-final because the quality is exceptional and the race is really close. But it's Barcolana52 that has the advantage over La Mer Noire and over Valentin Lisa as they come to this top mark.
But Valentin Lisa going upwind, Alec, losing in momentum. Steeper coach coming in, but see, now he might get a penalty also. He's under pressure. Deja Vu coming in, Greek 9. Havuk dropping down, a penalty to Dean Forum in last. But it's a victory for Barcolana52. He cannot be caught, but that is so costly for him. Where is he now? He is in fourth, under pressure by the other boats.
Yeah, Valentin Lisa dropping back down to fourth then, and we've got Deja Vu in the middle of the fleet. He really needs to start thinking about moving up the fleet. Every position will help him qualify for that top 5. And he needs to build on the first on his earlier results where he won the first 2 races. Yeah. Barcolana52 then, he heads towards the finish line. La Mer Noire is going to take second. Interesting battle now. Skipper coach and Valentin Lisa in third. Let's see how this develops.
And if they're battling too much, Alec, if they're battling too much, Deja Vu will come in and take it. See, he's going away from the battle. Now he first joins in last second. Now he still keeps away. They're trying to find some wind. See, it's slowing down 11 knots. It's not the best wind for downwind, but still fast. Skipper coach under pressure. This is going to be close. Let's see it here on the finish line. He's losing momentum. Valentin Lisa. Oh, Skipper coach taking it. And then Greece 9 sneaks in front of Deja Vu. Oh yeah, Gardigan 7. Karmazlunka 8. Cruiselator 9. Dean Forum in 10th. Wow, Alec. This is the results I haven't dreamed up for a long time. But Barcolana52 do it again. Another victory for the Dutchman. He knows how the boat works now. And as I said in the start, don't calculate him out of the race because he has this extra gear of mentality, and he's just showing now. La Mer Noire second, Skipper coach third, Valentin Lisa fourth, Greek 9 fifth, Deja Vu 6, Gardic in 7, Karmazlunka in 8, Cruiselator 9, Dean Forum 10. Barcolana52 all over it, but let's see here. The battle was in the first upwind leg and the first downwind leg. And then we have a battle for the secondary positions where we can see Deja Vu coming from a 10th position in the upwind leg. and ending up 6th, actually got into 5th position. So a fantastic upwind leg, second upwind leg by Déjà Vu. He is the brown line we are following here. So great stuff by him. And in the downwind leg, the first downwind leg, the biggest loser was Bjørn-Lüthi, dropping from 2nd to 6th.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And yes, thank you, you fans out there. We forgot to turn off the sound, so you couldn't hear how I was sweating in Denmark. And don't worry, it was a sweaty story we told here. So that's how it is. But see the score here. First position, La Manoir, 10 points. Bartland Breaks, 11 points. Stipe Coach Croatia, 13 points. Déjà Vu, 16. Valentin Lisa, 16. Greek 9, 19. Bjørn-Lüthi, 20. Cruisulator, 24. Dean Forum, 25. And Gadek with 28. Wow.
So 12 points between 5th and 10th. Remember, it's the top 5 that go through to the final. Just 12 points separate 5th from 10th.
And
so Gadek, I'm right in saying, cannot make that top 5 now.
if he's winning, he will get 13 points. And then the top 5 needs to do a really bad result.
Yeah.
So he's out of the race, but rest of them can still go into top 5. Dean Forum and Cruisulator really need to battling it out. And remember, if La Manoir is losing the race, he will get 30 points in total, 20 points into the account. So that is very close. We will get ready for the final, the medal race, the last medal race of tonight in semi-final 2 to see who will go into the final tomorrow to battle for 1,750 euros. Please stay tuned.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Well, we were treated to some really stunning images from Trieste and its surrounding region, and there are 1,500 boats converging on that city right now for the Barcolana Regatta that takes place this weekend. But our focus right now is on this race, the medal race of semi-final number 2. Our final semi-final that will decide who goes through to the big one, the final tomorrow night. 5 seconds to go. These are our sailors, our 10 sailors now crossing the start line on this medal race. It's double points, remember, and it's wide open. 9 of these 10 can all make the top 5 and qualify for the final.
And
Barcolana out in front again. Cam Mazlumka and Dean Foran. Good start from the Australian, who's trying to make his way up the leaderboard and into 5th place.
But what a terrible start for Deja-Vu. Starting 10th, he has 50 meters to the leading boat. He will only be able to battle down to 8 and 7. Was this his chance going into top 5? He just lost from that start. Same thing with Coach Croatia, getting a penalty. Then he did a 360 to go away. Doing 360 with a slowdown penalty is also a hard one to do. He's in 7 and he will drop down. Cruisulator, Gardic, Bartland Briggs. They are now taking the lead, but see one boat sneaking away to the left-hand side. Khan Mazlumka. Obviously deciding he has to do something a little bit different to make it into the top 5 overall. Wow, okay, well, all eyes on Deja-Vu. Let's see if he can drag his way back up through the fleet after that poor start. Cruisulator now in a good position in 3rd. And so far, Havuk, Khan Mazlumka, we call him Havuk because he also races under that name. It means the carrot, and an appropriate name for the ginger-haired Turk. Bartland Brex is out in front, but only just. Look how close the top 3 are, and this is going to be a real mess coming into the top mark. Cruisulator and Khan Mazlumka take avoiding action. And Bartland Brex with the light blue sail also coming in there. Yeah. And it looks like Bartland Brex has it coming into the top mark. Cruisulator slots in behind him. Here comes Havuk. Penalty
and
to Khan.
Really close. Oh, he picks up a penalty. Yeah. He just pushed it too close. Yeah. So penalty for the Turk. And that's good for Cruisulator. That gives him a little bit of breathing space coming round the top. Here, Steeper Coach in 3rd. And Valentin Lisa also in the running for a top 5 finish, picks up a penalty.
But interesting to see Le Manoir, he's in 5th. And as I told in the small break we had, if he's getting 8, Alec, in position 8, then he might be out of top 5. That's how close this race is. Right now, Bartland Briggs is securing his way. Cruisulator is battling to come into top 5. Start Coach Croatia defending his top 5 position. Khan Mazlumka is going to battle to come in. And Le Manoir, he has to avoid dropping down to position 8 because then it's goodbye, top 8. Oh, penalty! Khan getting a penalty. I think he calculated with it. Sailing in front of Le Manoir to get a good turn here. So he's not losing his position at all. That was
penalty
calculated.
Later too. Dean Foran penalty.
Yeah, and Dean, he lost the mark. So he's dropping to 10C there. He needs to go back to that mark. Deja-Vu now in 9th. Has a chance to come up in 8, but I think it's too late for the young Scot.
It's too late for Dean Foran as well. He's out of this race and he's out of the final. He's had a good run though, making it to this semi-final. Bartland Brex clear out in front, but what a battle for 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. Oh, double points in this medal race. Every position, therefore, is so important with the points being so close.
But Bartland Briggs again killing this race, Alec. Again, fantastic upwind. He's gone, he's away, he's gone with the win. It's going to be another victory for him. 3 in a row. He loved this boat now. He learned it, he adapted. Start Coach in second, Crucilator third, La Manoir in fourth. Penalty to Grease 9, giving fifth position to Khan. Déjà Vu now back in the race. He can come up and take fifth now. He's coming in, but he is in the wrong side. Valentin Lisa in. A penalty to Valentin Lisa. Hitting the mark, Alec. Is that goodbye to the French guy?
That it could cost him a top 5 place. Valentin Lisa, disaster for him. As we see the leaders head towards that finish line, time is running out for Déjà Vu to make his way back up the fleet for a top 5 finish. How disappointing for him if he doesn't make it with 2 victories in the semi-final. Khan Maslumka now in 5th, La Manoir in 4th. That should be enough to get him through to the final. Crucilator in 3rd. So Steeper Coach as well. Steeper Coach 3rd overall going into the medal race. And Bart Lambrex, they are clear through to the final, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Déjà Vu battling for the honor, just penalized Greek 9 and battling with Valentin Lisa. And because of that battle, Gadek come in front of him. But let's see the finish up here in the top. It is Steeper Coach Croatia getting 2nd, Crucilator getting 3rd. Will it be Havuk taking 4th? That 4th position is very important to be in top 5. Maybe it's the top 5 of this race. That will be the top 5 of the overall. La Manoir takes 4th.
La Manoir takes 4th. That could be the difference for Khan Maslumka in making the top 5 or not. We'll do the maths. Déjà Vu now crossing the line, really close at the back of the field, and a final place finish for Dean Foran, who goes out in this semi-final.
And confirmation, Bartland Briggs 1st, Steeper Coach Croatia 2nd, Crucilator 3rd, La Manoir 4th, Khan Maslumka 5th, Déjà Vu 6th. He just managed to go up in 6th, winning 4 positions. That might be the thing doing him coming into the final. Gadek in 7, Grease 9, 8, and Valentin Lisa 9, Dean Foran in 10th position. And even if he missed the mark, he's only 5 seconds behind the losing boat. And see here, Bartlett Briggs again, a fantastic start, a fantastic first upwind and second upwind leg. He learned the boat, he adapted to the boat. He is doing all the best he can with this boat.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, we are going to experience one of the most fantastic race endings ever. We are waiting for the scoreboard to be updated. It's coming in a few sec. Where the drums is on, and it's going to be very, very close races. Will that 6th position for Déjà Vu ensure him his position? And will that 5th position for Khan Maslumka throw him out of top 5?
I don't know, but we ought to just mention Bart Lambrex. 3 first place finishes in a row in that semi-final. That is terrific. And he also got a 2nd in race 2. So he got podium finishes in 4 of the 5 races.
But let's go in and see. The score is ready, Alec. The drums are on. Who are in top 5? Yeah, it's very exciting. And I have to say, one of them will cry after this race.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
So, Alec, confirmation. Bartland Briggs is in. But Déjà Vu, that 6th position, just going in front of Gadek, puts him in 4th. And that 5th position to Havuk with that penalty in the start puts him in 6th. And he's losing to Crucilator because Crucilator has the 2nd position and Havuk only has the 4th position as the best result. So it's goodbye, Havuk.
It's kind of a commentator's cliche, isn't it? That every position counts. Well, that is a classic example of how every position counts. Yeah. If he'd been that little bit, 1 place ahead, Khan Maslumka would have got through. But there we go. It's goodbye to the Turk, and it's goodbye to Valentin Lisa, who'd done so well and went into that medal race with a real chance of making it to the final. Grease 9, he'll be really disappointed, I think, with that result because his form has been terrific all season. Gadek, hey, well done to him. He's up and coming in e-sailing, and to just make it to the semi-final is terrific. And Dean Foran, well, sorry, mate, it's early morning for you in Australia, and I think that might have had a little bit of an effect on things.
Yeah, we can actually ask Dean Foran if he wants to speak with us. Let's see if we can.
He's always in a good mood.
Yeah, he's always in a good mood. Let's try to have Dean Foran and maybe Deja Vu in studio in a few sec. We'll just ask them to join us in studio. We'll just go to a small break, but congratulations to top 5, Bartland Breaks, Steeper Coach Croatia, La Manoir, Deja Vu Cruisulator. I have to say, the final tomorrow is almost the same final we're going to see at the World Championship. There's only one extra guy coming in, Bartland Bricks.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Let's bring in Deja Vu, or Mike. You finished off in 4th place. You got 2 victories in the first 2 races, and then it got a little bit shaky. What was going on?
Yeah, it was a bit rough. We changed server and I just couldn't dial into the wind. I was probably just seeing things, and probably just me being a bit unattentive. But yeah.
And what did you make of the boat? I mean, last time we spoke,
Yeah.
we were talking about the F50. How does this compare?
Yeah, it's good. I struggled to get used to it. I know it's very like a J70, but for whatever reason, struggled to get used to it. But yeah, in the qualifying rounds, got used to it. Really enjoyed it. It's quite like a J70, but a bit shorter, or at least that's how it plays in the game. So, but yeah.
Are you still kind of learning? Because there's so some of these guys, they are multiple world championship finalists. In fact, there's a couple of world champions in there as well. What do you get from racing against them?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, the day-to-day racing, you don't really race against the top guys as much. We have weekly races here and there where it's really competitive, but as soon as you get a prize pool, everyone really turns it on. so it's really competitive, and so yeah, you're constantly learning. It's really good to sail with them and try beat them.
So are you currently in Scotland or down in Southampton at university?
Southampton University started on Monday, so that's been fun.
All right, it's been good fun, has it? Because
Busy. Fun isn't sarcastic. But yeah.
I ask because our viewers around the world probably won't know, but a lot of university students and college students went back to their studies in the last few weeks in the UK, and there are literally hundreds of them who have been locked down because of outbreaks of COVID. So, are you still moving around, or are you locked down?
We are still moving around. I mean, we only started this week, so we'll have to wait and see. But Southampton has a really stringent testing plan because they're quite leading in testing in the UK and research. We get tested quite frequently, so it's quite under control, I hope. Fingers crossed.
All right, well, you're through to the final. Well done. Congratulations. We'll see how you do tomorrow night. You're looking forward to it?
Yeah. That kind of looking forward to it. We're a bit nervous as well, but definitely still looking forward to it. Yeah.
Best of luck to you, Mike.
Thank you very much.
And Alec, we will try to get Dean to us in studio. He's just turning on his camera. So let's have you in studio instead of while we're waiting for Dean. He's coming in a few seconds.
I'm sure everyone would rather look at
Dean.
And here he is, right on cue. Dean, commiserations, bad luck. It was tough though, wasn't it? I mean, what a fleet to compete against. We asked him to switch his mic on, but he seems to have switched his camera off instead. He's usually quite tech savvy, actually, is Dean, but maybe he's on someone else's device today, which would explain his position of last in this semi-final.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And Alec, it seems like we lost Australia.
Well, it's a long way away from where we are. I think Dean's gone to have an early morning beer just to drown his sorrows.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's getting later and later here as well.
Yeah. So let's.
It's probably time to wrap things up. But what a really exciting Barcolana E-Cup semi-finals we've had. I mean, really, a stellar cast of e-sailors, and it went right down to the wire in both semi-finals. So it's been a great evening for us here, or morning if you're in Australia.
Yeah, fantastic races we saw. And the final we're going to see tomorrow. Remember to follow and like Barcolana. Then you will go in and see the final there on their channel. It is going to be tomorrow. As I remember, it's 9:30 Central European time. So it's going to be a little bit later tomorrow than we started today. But it's a final with 10 of the best sailors, e-sailors in the world.
Yeah. Well, I'll run through them for you. If you've just joined us, maybe you missed the first semi-final. So, and in no particular order, we've got Chico Pimelo from Portugal. We've got Joan Cardona of Spain. We've got Azer of France. We've got Hector Dominguez of Spain. And we've got Vic Harley of Great Britain. Another Briton will be Deja Vu. There's Cruzolator of Spain, Stipicoach of Croatia, Bart Lambrechts of the Netherlands, and La Mer Noire of France. Some of the biggest names in e-sailing coming together for the Barcolana Cup.
And they're going to battle for one of the biggest prize pools in inshore sailing, €1,750. With that said, Alec, thank you for joining us in studio tonight. Thank you for all of you e-sailing fans and viewers out there. Please like and share what we're doing. Also, go in, watch more on Barcolana's Facebook page, what they're doing. It's a fantastic event. We went there last year and we hope to be there again next year.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.